Dopey.
Two guys that hate each other.
Just shut your mouth.
I hate them.
Shut up.
Don't be unkind.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, very nice.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fine bunch of bullies, aren't you?
Opie. I'm Opie Anthony.
I could give a fuck. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio.
Shut up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. It's all about fun, fun, fun.
I'd love to spit in your face.
I will fucking kill you.
Shut up, stupid.
I'm just a zilch and I know it. Who cares? We're trying to do a fucking radio
I know what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here across from you. I understand that.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Despicable asshat.
And these dummies that work for us, you guys stink.
Ben looks like a tall baby.
Always laughing in the wrong places. Ben, where's the coffee?
He rocks.
Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
And there's Steve.
Steve is a piece of garbage.
And you stink.
You are cordially invited to a robbery rape.
This is family entertainment.
This show is a disaster.
Opie and Anthony Show.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
This is great iced tea. The attitude dictates that you don't care whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. I mean, whatever happens, your toes are still tapping. Where'd you get that? Out of the hamper? Is that your little brother? He's a good-looking kid. Act like wherever you are, that's the place to be.
Isn't this great? Hi.
Hi, Anthony. Hi,
Hello.
Jimmy.
Hi, guys.
This is the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. The O&A virus spreading across America.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
Hey, bud. Oh, my God. Just a rainy mess in New York City.
It's not going away.
No.
Not anytime soon.
They're saying maybe for another 5 days?
Yeah.
Rain for another 5 days here in New York. Possibly. I don't know.
That's good because I didn't want him to start with the drought stories. If for some reason, if it's dry for any length of time, we're in danger of a drought, and it's going to be horrible. We're going to run out of water. They put restrictions on. And then every year, it just rains anyway.
And it takes care of itself.
And, yeah. Well, the reservoirs, we were getting a little worried. Oh, yeah, they were just going to dry up.
Now the new problem is flooding.
Well, we got flooding all over. And I like how they try to make it sound as bad as New Orleans. Like, well, there's a fire department somewhere in Jersey. It was like, they're going to start evacuating people because there is a dam in this area, and they're not sure if that's going to hold. That could flood the area. And everybody, of course, gets that whole flashback like, oh, no, a levee break. It's going to be flooded. It's going to be like I just shrunk 3 feet.
I saw that. You were trying to make a really good point, and all of a sudden you sunk down your chair about a half a foot.
My ankle hits the
do that
lever
every once
on
in a
this
while.
chair that makes it go down, and I'll just be talking, and all of a sudden I'm like 8 years old.
I don't even remember what you were saying. The dam will be fine.
Yeah. I know.
It's the news and their stupid fear that we're really starting to get very, very sick of.
They're not going to have to helicopter you off your roof.
I know.
Wouldn't worry about it.
I know the rain's getting bad out there because my my bedroom is starting to sweat.
What?
It's starting to sweat.
Your bedroom?
Yeah, when it rains too much, it just starts sweating. For a while, I thought it was like, the water was coming in through, like, the walls and stuff.
Yeah?
Because I sleep, like, in what used to be a basement. A really nice finished basement.
You moved down to the basement?
Yeah, you haven't been over in a while.
Dude, how could you be in the basement?
Why?
Creepy fucking scary room is right there.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
the door to hell is right there.
The door to hell.
I showed Anthony once. Like, I sleep in the basement. It's you gotta admit though, it's a really nice, finished basement.
The whole apartment's very nice.
And
if it wasn't for the,
if it wasn't for the squirrels and the mice and the cockroaches, the landlord that doesn't give a fuck, black people showering outside the old bedroom, where they have to stick their head between like the concrete and the nozzle, which is only like 8 inches or so, going through the garbage. But besides that, it's a great place.
Yeah, sounds it.
But I showed Anthony once. It's a beautiful finished basement, and I sleep down there because it's a lot quieter, a lot darker. I sleep much better down there. But there is this door
The door.
The door. And on my side of the door, it looks really nice.
Of course.
But you open up the door, and creepy basement.
Creepy basement. It's all unfinished.
Completely unfinished.
Like the walls are like bedrock, carved into bedrock from the city. I don't know what it is.
It's really creepy, and there's stuff down there that hasn't been looked at in, I would say, 25 years. Like people that used to live in the building maybe back in the late 70s, early 80s, and their stuff is just still there, just rotting away. No one's ever going to take it out of there.
It's like an old coffee can full of rusty nails.
Yeah.
Anything some villain could hurt you with.
But the first time I showed Anthony the place, I'm like, and, here's the downstairs, and then behind that door is creepy basement, I call it.
Creepy basement.
So I opened the door, and it's perfect, right?
I don't know how you sleep down there.
It's perfect.
No clawing on that door as you're trying to sleep? You hear any sounds from creepy basement?
No, they're crawling. I told you, they're crawling between the ceiling
and the floorboards
I don't
upstairs.
mean
the squirrels or mice. Just means something that might be settling or falls in there, and you kind of hear a noise from in creepy basement.
Man, I would just lose my mind. Yeah. You're right. But my floor is starting to sweat, so I know it's raining.
The floor?
It's starting to rain too much here in New York City. Yeah, that's my barometer.
I don't know how that would happen.
It just sweats. It's the water table. You know Manhattan doesn't have much of a water table, right?
Right.
It's very, very shallow.
Close to sea level.
Very, very shallow. So... Mm-hmm. So, the water starts to rise, I guess, and it starts making my floor leak downstairs.
That's a little odd.
It only happens like once, maybe twice a year.
I'd hit the high ground. I'd have stayed upstairs.
Nah, it's too loud up there. I got to move in general, but whatever. Bad Boy Bubby!
Oh, boy.
Who the fuck sent us Bad Boy Bubby?
We watched about...
Well, I got to back up, though. Yesterday was a rainy day, so it was kind of a boring day, so I was trying to find things to do. I went and saw The History of Violence, which is a great movie. Really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Then I went home and I watched the Audio Slave in Cuba DVD. Enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
And then still looking for something to watch, and there was nothing on TV. And I remember in my book bag that we all got a copy of Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby. So I popped it in, and I'm sitting on the couch with Lindsay. I'm like, hey, let's check out Bad Boy Bubby. How bad could it be if it says right on the front of the DVD, an amazing journey, a rare film, as funny as it is poignant and bizarre. And that's Kevin Thomas from the Los Angeles Times.
Yeah.
A real movie review right on the front of the DVD.
It's an indie movie. From England?
I don't know.
It won all kinds of those indie film awards. They got like 20,000 different awards for indie films now.
Right.
And it won a whole bunch of them.
Well, they show all the awards these films win on the front of the DVD now. Winner, Grand Special Jury Prize, Venice Film Festival.
What?
International Critics Prize.
What's the jury prize? What does that mean?
They just make up fucking
They make
awards.
up indie awards.
Yeah. And then winner... 4 AFI awards, including Best Director and Best Actor. He's been in his room for 35 years. It's time to let him out. Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby.
And then on the back it says, twisted and hilarious. Imagine being there, directed by David Lynch. Don't pass this up. That's from Shock Cinema.
It's got a great look to it, great indie look. And from the limited viewing I had of the beginning this morning, I have got to see the rest of this.
So
it's really sick.
So I'm watching it.
And then did you actually say something like, I don't know why it hasn't really taken off, or it's not in the theaters in America?
Well, I didn't say
After
that.
the first 10 minutes, we were laughing like, this is why it's not in theaters.
I didn't say that. Like, some listener gave us all a copy of this for our first year on XM for some reason.
Uh-huh.
This is pretty much the only gift we got was Bad Boy Bubby.
No.
And you want me to read the synopsis? It says, LA Weekly called it disturbing and compelling, and it was awarded the Grand Special Jury Prize at the Venice Film Festival. Despite a limited release in America, it would shock and delight audiences to become one of the most daring and controversial cult films of the past decade. Nicholas Hope, in what Variety hails as an astonishing performance, stars as Bubby, A demented man-child kept locked his entire life in a squalid apartment by his depraved mother. Yeah. And man, is she depraved.
Yes, she is.
But when Bubby, who can only communicate by mimicking what others say and do, escapes into the outside, he soon discovers the wonders of sex, crime, rock and roll, and pizza. Will this mad bastard be destroyed by the realities of our cruel world, or does a higher calling ultimately await him in the most unlikely place of all? Sounds like a great movie, right?
Yep.
So I pop it in last night. Lindsay's sitting next to me on the couch, and about, I would have to say, 10 minutes in, it was so uncomfortable to her that she's begging me to turn it off, and I'll be honest, I was kind of bummed. I was like,
were you?
I was like, this looks way too interesting. We got to keep watching this.
Yeah.
And I sort of lost, I guess.
Really? It got to the point where you had to turn it off?
Yeah. Yeah. So then I came running in here this morning at 6 o'clock, and I go, Aunt, you got your copy of Bad Boy Bubby still?
Yes, I do.
Because a lot of this shit we get, it just piles up on our desks and stuff, and we never really get to.
Every 6 months we throw it away or give it away or something.
So now you know this thing is gold, right?
That is going home with me today because I must see the rest of Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby. So I go, Aunt, you got your copy? He goes, yeah. So he found it on his desk, and we popped it in. We're like, Danny, who cares what you're doing for the show? We got to watch Bad Boy Bubby on your computer.
Watched a good 20 minutes of it, I guess.
Was it about 20 minutes?
About 20 minutes. I've got to see the rest of it. It is probably the sickest beginning of a movie. When the title screen comes on, you're disgusted.
Why?
When Bad Boy Bubby comes on, because of what's playing behind it.
Right.
It's Bubby getting his bath.
Well, yeah.
How old is it, Bubby?
He's a man-child, basically.
He's like in his 30s?
Easily.
Yeah.
He might be pushing 40.
Might be pushing 40.
And the movie starts with this apartment that has just nothing in it. It's like a one-room apartment with a really old table to eat on. Nothing really on the wall except a headless Jesus on the cross. And a stove for cooking.
Oh, it's a hovel. There's just
the walls are all gray. It's
concrete. Yeah, they're in a basement.
Very, very poor apartment.
Yeah,
with a gas mask next to the door.
Yeah, gas mask hanging on the door, and she makes him like. What'd she make him for breakfast? She broke up some stale bread in a bowl, put some sugar on it, and some hot milk, and he dug in like it was filet mignon, this guy, Bubby.
Well, that's the mom that's just twisted.
Yeah, she's got like this long, graying hair. She's big and fat, got these big, sloppy, saggy tits. She's
that you can see through her house dress.
In her 50s, I guess.
I don't know. Probably
maybe
probably older.
Yeah, probably
older.
Late 50s, early 60s, kind of. You could tell she had him when she was young, probably.
Right.
And
her whole job is to take care of this man-child.
But she doesn't take care of him. Her job is to keep him sheltered from the outside world, I guess, is what I got from the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, because she's twisted in her
She's
own
sick.
Right.
Yeah, every time she goes out of the apartment, she puts on the gas mask and, warns him, don't move, and puts on this gas mask to scare him.
That he can't leave.
So he doesn't go outside. He can't leave without the gas mask.
Right, so he can't go exploring on his own because he believes that if he leaves without the gas mask, he's going to die.
So he just sits in his chair. She goes, don't move, and just has to sit in this wooden chair at the table. And it gets dark out, and he's just been sitting there the whole time, shitting and pissing himself. And then his mom gets home and beats him for shitting and pissing himself. And he's all ready to cry. And the next scene is her washing him. He's standing there naked, and she's just washing his balls and his ass.
Yeah, she washes him, and then she washes herself in front of him.
She's got these big old lady sloppy tits, and she's just sponging them off, and he's staring at her. And then the scene cuts, and he's laying on his back in bed, and she's straddling him going, you're such a good boy, just fucking him. Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby.
I love this movie.
That's when Lindsay turned to me and said, come on. I'm like, what? This is good stuff.
Oh,
this is great stuff.
Cockroaches and cats, and it's the best.
Well, you jumped ahead a little bit. This was only the first 10 minutes of the movie, 15 minutes
of
the movie.
She was washing his cock.
That's how the movie
when
started.
The opening credits come on.
Sounds like they should have called this Lucky Boy Bubby.
Lucky Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby.
And then while she's cooking, he plays with the cat. The cat's shit was very disturbing.
It's
Oh, they're saying rest in peace, Claire Benito.
Is that who the mother was? Yeah. Is she dead?
Yeah, this movie, I just...
You're kidding!
I see it on the DVD. I guess they just figured out how to release this in America, because this looks like brand new packaging, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it looks like the movie first came out in 1993.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, look.
That's how old the movie is?
Is that right, Eric?
How did this...
For some reason,
stay under the radar for that long?
Because I guess this is becoming a cult film, and someone decided, well, we got to really, release this in the States.
Just imagine, like, out of nowhere, a BAB show you did all of a sudden becomes the hugest thing.
Jesus.
Like, that would be what it is, something you did and then probably forgot about.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it takes off.
But the
Bad
movie,
Boy Bubby.
95, 90... Okay. But
when the indie thing was all the rage, too. That's like right around the time of, like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs and that whole area of time when indie films were huge.
But let's...
Yes, Jim?
I'm just...
Oh. Bad Boy Bubby.
Enjoying the whole vibe.
You really want to see this, right?
Absolutely.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, gets the logs wiped off him, and Mom hops on. Yeah. What more do you want?
You know what? We could... Here, throw this movie in there so we can at least have it playing in the background. All right? It's Bad Boy Bubby. And, yeah, so the movie starts with her just washing his dick, basically.
Yeah, washing him.
He's just standing there, like, motionless as she's scrubbing away.
Big, stupid man-child hog just, like... flopping around.
And then she has to, like, she's washing underneath her awful, awful boobs with a washcloth. And then while she's cooking, this is all in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He decides to play with the cat.
Yeah.
And he's fucked up this cat so much that the cat hates him.
Well, the cat's kept in this little pit with this grate over the top, and he just pokes it with a stick, and it hisses at him, and he hisses back at it. This cat is so pissed off.
Well, yeah, because the whole key to Bad Boy Bubby, he mimics what's around him. That's the only way he can communicate.
Yeah, so after he fucks with the cat, he starts walking around on all fours, catching cockroaches, like a cat.
So he caught cockroaches and then takes their legs off and then feeds it to the cat, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then, and then later on, and this is all in the first 10 or 15 minutes, he's got the cat on some kind of rope leash.
He's got it tied to the chair that he usually stays in. Yeah, with a rope leash. And he's dressed like his mother, stuffed himself with these big tits and everything, and he's yelling at the cat like his mother yells at him to get away. And I don't know how they did this without any kind of cruelty to animal fucking laws being broken for the making of a movie.
Well, it was made in Australia, so...
They don't have any laws like that over there? Because this poor fucking cat is flopping around in that chair, scared shitless, all tangled in the leash, the piece of string, and the chair, and he's yelling at it, and it's all scared. I felt really bad. Well, that's when Derek goes, yeah, no wonder this thing hasn't been released in America. Like the washing the cock, the sex with the mom, that really didn't bother him. It's the fucking poor cat.
Well, he's yelling at the cat like the cat is him, like you said. He's dressed as this awful mom who's now on screen shaving him as the movie starts. And then later on, he's holding on to the cat and scaring it so the cat would run away, and then the cat would choke himself. Look, Terry. Yeah. He's getting washed up by his mommy.
Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby. He's completely naked now. And his mom with the floppy, saggy boobs is washing him with a washcloth. Now she's got to wash herself, and there she is, bathing down her boobs and her arms.
He looks like Fredo, just sitting there staring at her.
He does look like Fredo.
Gotta go learn the incest business.
Yeah. So there she goes. She's getting all washed up, and now he's sitting down getting ready for a little meal.
He's just gawking at her. There's one point where she's a little annoyed, I guess, and comes home, and he's laying in bed, and he's jacking off, waiting for mommy to come into bed. And he, like, takes a swipe to grab at her ass, and she slaps his hand away and calls him, like, disgusting, and then gets a cup of water and throws it on his dick. And then just comes into bed and leaves him all blue balls.
You know... I really wanted to watch this whole movie last night, and last night I realized we because we do this show are so desensitized, man. You know,
yeah.
We really are. Anyway, Paul Miller has written in from Sydney, I guess. I sent you guys Bad Boy Bubby. It's an Aussie movie, sick as fuck, eh? Ha ha ha! Glad you boys love the sickness from down under. So I don't think anyone has seen this movie. I mean, I've never heard of this before.
Do we have extra copies? How many copies of Bad Boy Bubby are there, Ope?
Rob says, I just got back from Australia. We used to watch this shit every night.
What do you mean?
People love it, I guess, down there.
What, the same movie?
Yeah.
It's just one of the... Oh, we forgot to talk about how he puts the lipstick on his mom before she leaves the house for the day.
What color is it?
Princess Red.
Princess Pink?
Oh, Princess Pink, sorry.
Princess Pink?
There he is poking at the cat.
Poking the cat.
This is all in the first 10 minutes of the damn movie. Anyway.
It's got a real cool, dreary look to it, though.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, I got to check out the rest of this.
I mean, it was 10 minutes, and we didn't even want to, like, show prep today. We wanted to just watch the whole movie.
Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby. Should we keep it on in the background, or?
I don't want to ruin it, though.
Huh?
I don't want to ruin it for me.
Yeah, I won't get much done either. I'm just going to I can't wait till Mom hops on Bubby.
Yeah.
Well, you got to see that. You got to see the part where they're having sex.
You're a good boy.
Hey, can we get the volume up, or no?
Where is it?
All right. Bad Boy Bubby.
He's just catching roaches on the floor.
He's on the floor catching roaches
like
as Mom cooks.
And he pulls the legs off of them.
The credits are still rolling, by the way.
Yeah, pulls the legs off the roaches, and then gives them to the cat.
Nails are dirty.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah.
Big, long, filthy nails. He's all greasy. Yeah, he looks like a cross between Fredo and Billy Bob Thornton.
Definitely. We're just trying to get to the scene in the bedroom, and then we'll move on with the radio show.
Yeah, there he's
feeding the cockroaches to the twisted cat that he made twist.
Oh, here we go.
Listen.
That's right. That's a good boy, Bubby. Good boy.
Oh, he just juggles those tits as he lays on his back.
Good little boy.
Toilet. Don't move.
And now it's the next scene.
Everything. He tells me you move, by Christ, I'll beat you brainless.
And there she goes.
Leaves him sitting there.
And there's the gas mask. And there's only one, so she can leave the apartment.
And it's locked. It's got a padlock on the door, so she can't leave.
Right.
She can't.
And there, she throws on her gas mask, and she leaves for the day, leaving good old Bubby to sit there and piss himself and crap himself all day long. All right. Hit stop. We'll have a full review after we watch the entire movie.
Put it back in the case and hand me my Bad Boy Bubby DVD, because I am watching this fucker when I go home.
Wait, how many Bad Boy Bubby copies are there?
I think there should be another one laying around.
Hawk?
If there isn't one laying around, perhaps Steve can burn Bad Boy Bubby.
Bad Boy Bubby.
Well, technically you're not supposed to, because there's copyright infringement laws.
Don't want to get in trouble.
All right. Hey, here's the guy who sent Bad Boy Bubby. Paul Miller, what's up?
Hey, by John.
Huh? Hi, Paul.
Shit, do I sound that much of an Aussie, do I?
Yeah,
Where are you calling
pretty
from?
good.
Australia, Sydney.
Wait, you're listening to our show in Australia right now?
Hey, what year is it there?
Oh, we're a bit ahead of you, blokes. It's 9 here.
All right.
It's 9 o'clock, what, at night?
Yeah, PM.
9 p.m.
Are you turning a lot of Aussies onto the radio show?
Oh, trying, mate.
Well, you hear us online, I'm assuming, huh?
Yeah, I've got a subscription to Audible as well.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Cool. Audible.com has all our shows, and very, very soon we're going to throw volumes of Opie and Anthony material on there.
I got to ask you, Paul, how long have you been listening to this program?
I think I came across OA Virus in late 2002, just after you got kicked off.
Really? Because you really know us well. You must really be a good fan, because you know that we would enjoy this movie.
Oh, I saw it on you. Opie would love it. You'd be puking over the freaking cockroaches, and Jimmy would just be cranking over the old bag.
You nailed it.
That's a good one, man. I don't know how the hell that slipped between the cracks up here.
Yeah, what's the deal with Bad Boy Bubby? Don't give away the ending or whatever. I don't think there's going to be a surprise ending, quite frankly.
I've got to let you in on a secret, though. It does have a bit of a moral ending.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really pussies out towards the end.
But does it, is this like a cult film down there?
Well, no, I'd never heard of it before. I heard of it through a bloke who's a mechanic who banged 2 of his own cousins.
Nice.
So, yeah.
The hell's going down there?
Oh, mate. But yeah, I just heard about it. He used to show it to everyone who came over to his house. I saw it and thought it'd be right up your bloke's alley.
Yeah. We just described the first 10 minutes of the film. Does it get much better?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Has Pop showed up yet?
No.
Who?
Have you seen Up to Pop? His father shows up.
No, it must be the guy that's banging on the door at the beginning.
Yeah, we hear some guy banging on the door going, I know you're in there.
That's it. Stuff really picks up from there.
Oh, great.
No.
Yeah, he must be a prize.
Wow. I'm imagining many things with Pop and Bad Boy Bubby.
Hey, what do you do down there, Paul?
I work for a family company.
What is that?
Well, company owned by your family.
Oh, well, what do you do?
We make shutters, ventilation louvers, sun control stuff.
Wow. I just like seeing the little cultural differences.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you worked as a kangaroo herder or something.
Yeah. You guys are
a Barbie salesman.
Oh, God.
You guys are into spring down there, right?
Yeah, it just came in the spring.
Gee, that's great, huh?
By the way, I was
The
thinking...
weather's beautiful.
I was
so glad you boys are enjoying your rain.
No, I was thinking about that yesterday because it's so obvious that it's going to just get worse from here. We know that.
Yeah.
And we talked about this last winter, and we have to do this. I'm not even kidding. We have to broadcast somewhere else for a month.
Australia.
I don't care where.
Well, come down to Australia, go down to Manly, you'll see tits everywhere.
Maybe
really?
Wednesday will catch on big time.
Maybe Don can work on that. Find us a warm place to broadcast like the month of January.
You find if he sent you like Michigan?
Yeah.
Or like somewhere even shittier and colder than
Yeah,
New
let's
York.
go somewhere awful. Hey, Paul. Big news story down there. What about that motorcycle that hit the kangaroo, and it was the guy that kind of came up with the kangaroo crossing signs for the highway, and he wound up hitting a kangaroo with his motorcycle.
Is he dead?
He got really fucked up.
Is this a real story?
Yeah, down there in Australia. The guy that came up with the kangaroo crossing sign, he's famous for it.
Why would
was
he be
riding his
famous
motorcycle.
for that?
Yeah.
I don't know, because there's a big problem down there with hitting kangaroos.
So you just make a sign?
Yeah, so he's the guy that made the kangaroo crossing sign. He was on his motorcycle and he hit a kangaroo.
Do you think chicks dug that? Like, did he pull up to a sign with a kangaroo on it and go, huh? Go, that's you?
It's mine.
There's a big story down here about a bloke banging rabbits, though.
Yeah, we heard about the rabbit fucker.
There.
Is it a new one?
Well, yeah, it's on the front page down here. Well, front page of the website.
Oh, well, what's that story? Maybe it's a new one.
Oh, he's been banging rabbits in his office and breaking their necks and dumping them in women's toilets and all around the place.
Jeez,
wow.
Yeah, no anger there.
That's boring, though, because rabbits don't make any noise when you're having sex with them.
Chickens now, on the other hand.
Yeah,
they'll go like this. They'll go... Oh, yeah, that's good chicken, yeah, oh.
In das Dumpbier.
Wow.
What do rabbits do? They just noses twitch, they drop little scared pellets and then die?
Yeah, right.
Fat hips.
Well, Paul, we're going to watch the rest of this movie tonight, and we'll have a full review tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sweet. Glad you boys love it.
All right, thank you, Paul.
Pal. Thank you,
no
mate.
worries. Take it easy.
Thank you, mate.
Paul Miller from Down Under, where it's spring.
Here guys. That is some accent, huh?
Yeah.
All the guys have to do is come up with that accent up to America, and they're fucking like crazy. Chicks love that accent.
Like rabbits.
Yeah.
You either sound really, really exotic and, like, really cool, or you sound like Paul Field.
Ugh. Who ruins it for every guy with an accent.
Anthony!
Anthony!
All right.
Paul got in a little bit of a bind yesterday, huh?
No,
Paul got in a little trouble yesterday.
Why?
Well, apparently, we got this Halloween party coming up. It's a big shindig. A lot of people want to come to this. It's a hot ticket, as they say. Hot ticket. It's first come, first serve, really. It's going to be about 600 people. Hard Rock Cafe, Times Square,
Halloween
New York
night.
City, Halloween night, O&A costume party. And a lot of people are calling up and writing emails saying, and posting on message boards saying, look, I live in California. I'd love to come to the party, but I can't fly out.
Why'd you say California?
Because I picked the furthest state in the contiguous United States.
I would have said Des Moines.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Just some weird place that no one knows where it is.
All right. Des Moines. Someone from Des Moines' been emailing and saying if I fly all the way from Des Moines and I don't get into the party, it's going to stink. So can I please get in? And I guess Steve, for a couple of people, because it was only like a couple of people, said, yeah, no problem. But don't spread it around that, I let you do this. And then all of a sudden, it ends up on Whackbag. Hey, if you need a ticket, if you're out of state and you need a guarantee that you're going to get in, to get on the list, they're calling it the list, email Steve, and he'll put you on the list. And Steve just got bombarded with these emails. So I get an email from Steve going, who the fuck is telling people that there's a list? They must be on a message board. So after a little research, it is found out that it's none other than No Filter Paul. His big stupid post is right there on the message board. Hey, just email Steve. Just email Steve, it said, if you want to get on the list for the party.
I heard Steve got like 333 emails.
333? That's preposterous.
Yeah.
As long as no niggers come in. You fucking racist.
The worst. That was a great, Ant's Mind, Paul's voice impression.
Yeah, no shit.
Maybe I could do this all day.
Well, we're going to give away free passes, next week? To some lucky people to guarantee them a spot at the Halloween party?
Yeah, we realize that some of the out-of-state people do have a little bit of a problem with this, and we're going to give away a few. Right. There's no list. There's no emailing Steve anymore. That's it. That stupid limey wrecked it. And then I get the emails from Ben. One of them is like, I've had it with that motherfucker, Paul. And then Steve just wrote, it was a simple 2-word post, limey motherfucker.
Well, what happened was Bad Boy Ben upset? Just wants to stand naked and have his hog washed. Except in the version he's in, the old lady would have to use a fire hose to clean the underside of it.
Bad Boy
Stay
Ben.
right here.
Oh, the Photoshop is coming on Whackbag. Bad Boy Ben.
Boy Ben.
I can't. I gotta see the rest of this movie now. I have to. All right. We got a little quick audio on the flooding in the Northeast because it's just like New Orleans, Anthony. So let's go to the tape.
Yes.
In the rain-battered Northeast, the relentless soaking is unavoidable, sending people from their homes as the water surged to 3 and 4 feet in the streets here in Lodi, New Jersey. Firefighters evacuated some residents before it got any worse.
These people have been living in these areas their entire lives, and they know when we get a lot of rain, it floods their basements.
The basement gets flooded.
And it floods the parts of the first floor.
Yeah, the streets.
It's the risk you take living in this area.
Right.
This is another non-story. Mm-hmm. The people down there know if it rains heavy for more than a few days, this is what's going to happen.
Put your stuff up on cinder blocks.
This isn't like a levee breaking or anything like that.
No.
This is just water rising, unfortunately, because they've had too much rain.
They love evacuation.
On New York's Long Island, drivers stranded in the roads were rescued by crews in boats. It went on all day.
I wouldn't want to walk into that. I would fall. And I haven't been swimming lately in the road, so I was afraid.
This car skidded into a swollen lake. Another rescue.
This is the worst. This is the worst. Like about, I've seen it probably make maybe 3 or 4 feet, but this looks like 5, 6 feet. It's really bad.
Wow. Inch upon inch rained down for yet another day. In New Hampshire, which took the brunt of the storms last weekend, people got a fleeting break Wednesday from the torrents that swept away roads, cars, boats, and homes. As dogs and helicopters searched for those still missing, the governor met with residents who don't have homes or flood insurance.
If we spend all of our money from our retirements and stuff to fix up our house again, is this going to happen again?
And forecasters say this weekend there will be more heavy rain.
It's close, but we're hoping it stays where it belongs.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't lived here long, and so far so good, but we're hoping.
What was that woman crying about?
I really want to hear her again.
Something about retirement money?
But the retirement money. Shut up, Burden.
Exactly.
Oh. All right, hold on. I think it's around here
You've
somewhere.
contributed. Thank you. Now die.
It swept away roads, cars, boats, and homes. As dogs and helicopters searched for those still missing, the governor met with residents who don't have homes or flood insurance.
If we spend all of our money from our retirements and stuff to fix up our house again, is this going to happen again?
And forecasters say this weekend there will be more heavy rain.
It's close, but we're hoping it stays where it belongs.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't lived here long, and so far so good, but we're hoping.
Relax, all right? My old man is a television repairman. Got the ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
I help her out, Coley.
We
spend our retirement money. Oh, jeez, you've lived long enough.
Joe Shareholder.
Hi, how are you?
What's up?
I've got a joke. Why aren't you guys on XM Pops channel 113? Oh, wait, I was thinking of the Opie Anthony show.
You dick!
Joe.
Yes?
We make stars on a daily basis with this radio show, and you're not one of them.
It's over!
I don't think you got my joke, Opie.
What?
I don't think you got my joke. Opus, it's like a,
Yeah, no, we got
it.
type thing.
Trust me.
Oh, come on. That's fucking hilarious.
Joe Shareholder is trying to become our latest discovery, and it's just not going to happen.
It's over, Joe.
I'm sorry. You're not going to be on Maury Povich like Stalker Patty was yesterday.
You're no big A.
Stalker Patty was on Maury Povich
yesterday.
Ooh.
50-year-old virgin. They had Patty on. Apparently the taping went very well.
They took our idea. We had Maury Povich in, and we said, hey, especially because, the 40-year-old virgin is a hot movie right now, or was.
Yeah.
You should do a show on, people that are still virgins, and we have one. It's Patty, and she's 50. So they did a show on Patty yesterday. Stalker Patty was on Maury yesterday.
And then they gave her a makeover.
Did it air, or when does it air?
No, it hasn't aired yet.
They haven't decided. I mean, if it's really good, they'll save it for sweeps in November. If it's just an average show, they'll probably throw it on the air very soon.
I without even seeing it, I have the whole show in my head. I know exactly how it went. She comes out, they talk a little about it, and then it's like, we're going to give you a makeover, Patty! And the audience goes crazy. And then she goes, makes a stupid face and gets shuffled off all awkwardly. And then later on in the show, Maury comes out, you remember Patty, don't you, people? Patty? And let's see that before picture. There's the before picture. Well, we gave Patty a makeover, and I'd like to introduce to you now the new Patty. Bring her out. Yeah, look at her. She's beautiful. And Patty comes out doing some kind of bad posing runway walk in her new duds with her makeup on. I hear clown makeup on.
I hear she has a new hairdo, new glasses, new wardrobe. I think she's coming in today to talk about her experience on the Maury Povich show.
They gave her new glasses.
What else?
They colored her hair, too.
Oh,
they colored her hair.
What color?
Like blonde highlights.
Blondes have more fun.
They did not give Stalker Patty
gave me
blonde highlights.
Highlights.
Oh, my God. What time is she coming in today? You don't know.
She must have looked like she probably looked like Marilyn Monroe, but not M-O-N, M-U-N from Too Close for Comfort.
I got a makeover. You are beautiful, Patty. Look at you. Yeah. And Maury, just spreading it on thick.
He's like, where's Patty? And they hit her in a garbage can.
Patty! Come on. Oh, I didn't know you were there hiding in that pile of 2x4s.
Well, that's exciting, though. Exciting for the show, too. We get some major plugs, and
Yeah, apparently we get some mentions and
some B-roll of us in the studio.
B-roll of us in the studio with Patty. Gee, I wonder if they show the Krusty the Clown mask segment.
And she's naked crawling across the studio to get some money so she can pay her bills.
You think they showed the Ron Jeremy video where she had to reach down Ron Jeremy's pants for U2 tickets?
Maybe her hairy nipples.
Oh, hairy nipples.
By Jim Norton.
By Jimmy.
One of my first appearances.
Or the time we took the wig after we shaved her head. Mm-hmm. There's a video of that as well.
Of course. Maybe it's the time we had the vibrator, the remote control vibrator down her pants and kept turning it on in the middle of her talking.
Well, we're going to get to see what that's all about later today. Stalker Patty will be in studio. All right?
Very good.
I say we do a little break.
A little breakage?
A little break. When we get back, we got a bunch of things to get to, including the Bill Burr versus Jimmy Norton campaign ads.
Oh, now I've heard this campaign is taken to mudslinging. It's getting a little nasty.
Is it getting ugly?
It's getting ugly.
Getting a little ugly. Well, we did a whole thing on political ads while you were gone.
Oh, the Jersey run that they're doing over there.
The Doug Forrester.
And
Corzine, right?
Yeah.
And Corzine are going at it.
Doug Forrester likes touching children. It's pretty much what they're doing. They might as well. They use the grainy video and put it in super slow motion when they show the opponent and put it in black and white. So it could be him at a children's cancer hospital handing out little cancer-curing lollipops to the kids, and it would look like he's just Satan himself.
Do we still have those political ads? Let's get those, because Jimmy hasn't heard those. They're really good. They make one of the guys sound like he's in the mafia. They have, secret audio and stuff.
Audio of the bosses. It's talking about Democratic bosses, like the Democratic bigwigs. Dem bosses. He's in secret meetings with Dem bosses talking about payoffs and
like Dem bosses, almost like
Dem
bosses.
Like Dem bosses. Yeah. It's such a crappy, fake thing to do. Like it's lying. The guy's lying in his ads.
I know it's stupid. At the end of it, they'll congratulate the other guy.
Yeah, like it was all on the up and up.
Oh, yeah, like it was. Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, they were just stabbing each other in the back. Doug Forrester.
All right.
The music they play, it's like movie trailer music. They use like this ominous dum 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 behind the opponent, and then when they talk about themselves, the nice happy music comes on. Scumbags.
Too bad McGreevy got busted. His opponent would have had an easy time.
Oh, no shit.
Just showed himself and went, pussy. I love it.
Well, they drag McGreevy's name into this whole thing. Like, hey, he knows McGreevy, so you know what that means.
McGreevy's a cocksucker.
All right, we got the ads. We got the political ads. Yeah. We'll play them after break, and then we'll take it to the next level, because I guess Danny came up with this idea. Got to give props to Danny today.
Wow.
The Bill Burr versus Jimmy Norton campaign ads. They're really, really funny. We'll do all that after these messages. We got commercials today. Words, promos, PSAs, Wow Sweeper, FU line, Ramon promo,
and dude, don't forget
George Carlin bit. Yeah, George Carlin. What? You got me really bad.
Oh, wow. Oh, dude. I thought you were trying to get him back by just stopping and calling him on it. Oh.
I thought for once he was bringing something to the show.
I can't even look at you.
I thought for once he actually brought something in to talk about.
I did. I brought in my Apple and my Starbucks.
You didn't bring one thought starter today, did you?
Not true at all.
He brought his fancy Hollywood self.
That's right.
I thought you might have had something.
Babe.
Oh.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony. Oh, dinner. Hey, man, here you go. No, that's cool. Keep it. Chicken.
Audio Slave. Checked out that DVD last night, too. Not bad. First rock band to play in Cuba. First American rock band to play in Cuba. Very interesting documentary about their experience. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. on XM Satellite Radio.
Boy.
It's a virus, the O&A virus. Spread the virus to your friends, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The O&A flu.
The O&A flu.
Yeah, worse than the bird flu.
This is worse than the bird flu because we're infecting more people than the bird flu.
Every day.
Guarantee we're infecting more people than the bird flu.
Yep. It's an O&A pandemic, Opie. O&A pandemic.
Yeah, because we got that call from Australia, so you're right. That applies. Let's say hi to Mike in New Jersey. We got a G-Rock radio update.
Oh, G-Rock.
You want to explain this really fast, Anthony, in 30 seconds?
We were talking about that yesterday. It seems a married couple that does morning radio.
Boring!
Married couple is doing a promotion to fight breast cancer. They're spending their show in bed. They're at a Rockaway Bedding, I guess, in Jersey. Just laying in bed doing their radio shows. Probably have a little trays on their stomach with their eggs and bacon. And they're a couple just like at home, and they have their microphones, and they're doing their little radio show from bed to fight breast cancer. Mike.
What's up, Tony?
How you doing?
Hey, Mike, you got a G-Rock radio update?
I do. I was just listening to the radio show, and they're playing music now, but they're talking about the terrible elements around it and how it's not just radio shtick and all the other nonsense and BS, but they must be freezing out there, so they're begging people to come in and give money, and they're saying if people just drive up and hand money out of the car, they'll run up and grab the money. So I think we need to send some out.
They're in a tent, I guess, in the parking lot of a Rockaway Bedding, and one side of the tent has plastic.
Yeah.
So I guess you could see them laying in bed.
Yeah.
And they must not have heaters, I guess.
Yeah.
But you're in bed with your wife. How the fuck could you not keep warm? Just pull the covers over you, pull your hog out. So rub it on her thigh a little bit. You're disgusting.
Bad
Bubby.
Bad boy Bubby.
Pull a bad boy Bubby on the bitch.
Nothing but bad boy Bubby references all morning
long.
long.
Bad boy Bubby.
I can't get enough of it. Bad boy Ben has got to be one of the
bad
funniest
boy
things.
Ben.
Crap myself.
Sitting at his friggin' computer just highlighting and unhighlighting and pissing and shitting himself.
Not even a real connection to the internet, just little baby legs sticking straight out. Just wearing a little Red Sox hat and diapers.
All right, Mike, we're going to look for someone that has a better cell phone that can maybe play the show for us today so we can see what they're up to.
All right, guys.
All right.
G-Rock Radio.
We got wacky radio all over the place. You got G-Rock Radio desperate to raise money. I guess they just don't have an audience because they're still there. You know, $50,000 seems like it would be real easy to raise.
Yeah.
If you had an audience.
Sell your junk. It's easy.
In other radio news.
Is that them? Well, that's a lot. Wow.
You got a live shot of them? This is it? They're
That's
just
what
laying
they're doing?
in a bed with the Rockaway Bedding logo right above them. And that's all they're doing? They're just laying there? And people walk by and stare at them. Look at this guy in the hood like, oh, wow, that was worth the drive from New York City. You got people just filing by like it's a casket. It's really, it's kind of creepy.
It looks like
Look at this guy.
funeral. Look.
Yep. Oh, I'm so sad.
They're in bed, all right.
Wouldn't be bad if someone had an Opie and Anthony shirt and just kind of stood in front of that camera. That's not a bad thing to do if you're just looking and donating a buck.
Just donating.
Yeah, I got a buck.
That would be great for the three people looking at this.
Oh, I'm sure this is kidding me. All the country
feed.
people are watching this.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
This is G-Rock Radio.
And then you got some sales guy just staring at them.
I'm trying to find that.
Oh, this is the same guy just pacing back and forth. There's no one even really passing by.
Is that under events?
No, it's under disasters. Oh, wow. Well, they're doing a good thing, so who are we? In other wacky radio news, Anthony, our old station when we were syndicated across America on commercial radio, WCKG in Chicago, they had a few staffers arrested for their Wake the Angels stunt.
Oh, boy.
Now, we make fun of a lot of radio shows out there because they're doing the hacky, wacky radio, right?
Yep.
I think we got to give props to these guys today.
Yeah, this kind of comes off like a good one.
Chicago's baseball fans, whether they prefer the White Sox or the Cubs, have been starved for an MLB championship since the Woodrow Wilson administration. So perhaps, it's understandable why WCKG sports reporter Ryan Mender Mendenhall and an intern pulled their Wake the Angels stunt on Tuesday, which got them arrested for criminal trespassing, according to Chicago's NBC5 News.
Congrats, guys.
Mendenhall and intern Carl Clockers were arrested after knocking on the doors of hotel rooms occupied by players from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who were in town this week for a playoff series against the White Sox. The incident allegedly happened hours after the Angels arrived in Chicago on a red-eye flight after beating the New York Yankees, and hours before the team was scheduled to play the Sox. Both WCKG staffers were charged with criminal trespass to land, which is a misdemeanor.
Pretty good, though. Yeah. Waking up the team like that, because they were exhausted. Play the Yankees, get on a plane. End up in your hotel, you want to go to sleep, and all of a sudden, get a knock on the door. Oh, how pissed.
That's a great idea.
How pissed.
It's a great idea, and a lot of people are talking about WCKG and these two guys today. So
didn't Anaheim win the game, though? The next day?
Yeah, so.
It didn't work very well.
Nah, it was just a quick little disturbance, and they went back to bed, I'm sure.
Who got robbed last night?
I believe the Angels did, and I hate
the Angels
would have robbed.
Yeah,
what happened?
They got robbed.
There was apparently, I didn't see it, but what's happening is there was some kind of like a third strike. It was a tie game in the ninth inning, and somebody could call it, correct me if I'm wrong. And the guy, there's 2 outs, and one of the White Sox players at bat, and he swings and misses. Catcher catches the ball, and then kind of jumps up and just rolls the ball to the mound. And the umpire called strike 3, and I guess I don't know, the guy ran to first thinking that the catcher dropped the ball, and one of the umpires said that he didn't catch it correctly, so that the guy took first and it was acceptable.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, replay shows that it was caught cleanly.
It was caught, yeah. It didn't hit the ground.
And that turned into a run?
The guy stole second, or the pinch runner stole second,
yeah.
And then I think he got singled in, and that won the game. I could be wrong. I could be giving, but that's basically the thrust of it. And They were robbed by a shitty umpire call.
Wow.
Scumbag umpires.
Well, Kevin from Chicago is saying, don't give these guys props. They're terrible. Kevin?
Of course they are.
Yeah, CKG is bad. They got like Howard, and they got Steve Dahl. Anybody who lives in Chicago knows that Steve Dahl's been doing the same shit longer than Howard has, dude.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've never heard, WCKG, so I don't know how bad the radio is, but this prank seems pretty cool.
Well, but they've done it before, and like the Pete McMurray, the guy that did it, dude, he's like a fucking Reddit stepchild of Chicago radio. He's been on every station.
Oh, one of those guys?
He's bad.
Yeah. All right.
Chicago radio is so fucking lame.
All right, should we throw him on the fucko list?
Oh, definite fucko list.
Fucko.
We are building that fucko list. And I guess our golden ticket thing has to be put on the back burner for a while.
Oh?
I think so.
Yeah.
We got Ron and Fez. They're doing great. We're going to probably hire a few things for the weekends. And then as far as full-time shows, I think we're going to have to wait a little longer.
We need another channel is what we need.
Well, there was something that was supposed to happen, and I don't think it's going to happen is what I'm hearing. So we're going to have to just wait for a while.
Oh, boy.
Because a lot of people are asking, when are you going to give away the next golden ticket?
Yeah.
And I think we'll give a couple things for the weekends, and then we're going to have to wait on the rest for now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense, no?
Did someone Photoshop me as the mask kid?
Oh, really? Jesus.
Yeah, I was scanning all my old pictures. I went over to my mom's house, and all she has is, like, these albums with old pictures in them that are deteriorating, you know? They're going to deteriorate. So I scanned them all, and I've been popping a few up online so they could Photoshop them, and some of these people are brilliant. Some of these pictures of me are from when I was 8, 9 years old, 10, and it was right when my hair turned. It went from straight to curly, and this in-between phase is so awful, and it's hysterical. So I just put them up online, and they Photoshopped me.
You know what your hair looks
like?
like?
They made me black in one. That was one of the really, really good ones.
You know what your hair looks like?
What?
Whoa!
Yeah. It's a roller coaster. Oh, I know. They put me together with Jimmy, little Jimmy's picture.
I really looked like a lesbian when I was 11.
You really do, with those big dopey glasses. Were you like, were you farsighted or nearsighted?
I couldn't see far away, so
like out of the womb? What the fuck? What kid?
I was 11.
You're one of those kids that they had to strap the glasses on the infant. Isn't that you ever see that poor kid? Like a kid in a stroller, you know they're newborn and they got glasses on.
Can I say how fucking molestable you were as a child?
Oh,
what a waif.
Look
Anthony
at my
was a
little
waif.
tussleable hair.
little broad smile.
Yeah, you look like you could have been a child star or
like
something.
a little boy girl. You can't tell what gender this is.
Exactly.
Little Joyce DeWitt.
That was me.
All these pictures are up on Whackbag, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the
other ones.
The newborns with the glasses. That is...
yeah, newborns with glasses. It's like...
How do the mothers know? You think like they, instead of like sucking on a tit, they were sucking on her elbow or something? They couldn't figure it out?
Because that's pretty much all the kid's got to do,
right.
is make his way to the tit. If you can't do that, throw glasses on the kid.
Yeah, you're
How do they tell?
I don't know.
Like, because you know how it is. Well, you do. I don't. I don't have glasses.
I got glasses at 8 years old.
But you had to go in, and the guy asks you questions and everything. He wants them answered immediately. But it's not like a baby can, all right, does that look better? Is that good? How do they know what the baby needs? What kind of prescription a baby needs for glasses?
Right.
When they can't even talk.
By the way, sorry to interrupt you. I just saw that play. It doesn't.
He caught it.
It could go either way, I think.
Really?
Well, yeah. If you watch it again, you can see the way he, especially since the catch just jumped up and threw the ball, he would have tagged the guy.
Right. It just looks like I don't know. It looked like it could have went either way. It looked like it could either bounce really fast in front of him or he got it clean. It's tough to tell from the angle I just saw.
I don't know. Oh, big XM
logo. Look at the XM logo in left field. Come on,
nice.
XM Satellite Radio.
Nice.
By the way, we just made another.
Is he pissed?
We just made another huge deal with Honda. Where's the press release? Maybe Eric Logan could call us and tell us what's going on with Honda.
Wait, didn't they have a deal with Honda already?
Yeah, but there's I don't know, starting with the 2006 models, it's going to be up to 550,000 XM radios installed or something like that. I don't have it in front of me.
What happened to my Honda?
So maybe Elo, who listens to the show every day, could call us right now and give us the latest on the Honda deal. That would be great. And he could also maybe fess up and tell us live on the air that we're not going to be part of XM Canada, it looks like.
Oh. Something's going on.
Something's going on.
We'll figure it out.
Because XM Canada is about ready to go, and they're only taking 80 channels. They're only taking 80 of the 100 and what is it, up to 62 XM channels. So that makes me think we're not going to be part of XM Canada. And I think it's because they have their very strict broadcasting rules up there.
That's amazing. It really is, honestly, God, man, it's like a communist country there with the language restrictions. It really is disgraceful.
And it's not even so much the sex stuff as the race stuff. If you can't make a race joke up there, it is over, Johnny, if you do that on the air. It really...
It really is. It's frightening, man. Like, they think they're such a free and advanced country, and yet they have that real language restriction, like on stuff that's just.
Yeah. I want to see what that's all about. So if Eric Logan is listening right now, give us a call. We won't beat you up. I just want to know what's going on with XM Canada in general. When does it start? I want to hear about the Honda deal. I want to hear about possible video, because now we got the iPod thing. We got iPod TV.
Right.
On the front page of the New York Post today, iPod TV.
iPod TV.
$300 gadget to play top shows right on the iPod.
Pretty risky move. They're saying that the iPod TV not going to be as popular as the iPod because you could listen to music anywhere, doing anything. You're in an elevator, you're a bike messenger, you're working, exercising, good. But, to watch a show takes a lot more attention than just listening to music. So video on the go like this is still kind of an iffy thing. If you're on a plane or a train or something, you'd want something a little bigger than a 2.5-inch screen to look at.
I have to disagree, and I'll tell you
All
why.
right.
I was at the time.
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough.
I was at the Time Warner Building, Columbus Circle there, in the Samsung store. And I was looking at the new devices they have to play movies and video. They are fucking tiny, and the quality's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you can hold it just like this.
No, I'm not saying it's totally useless. I mean, there are some times where that'll come in handy. I think we ought to get right on the fucking ball here with this program and start selling some shit to download into video. Porno is just huge. People love the porno. Imagine if you could download the Wiffle Ball Bat Challenge into your video iPod and watch it there. People would love that shit.
So how do we get this going?
I don't know. I got my new phone, which gets video on demand, so I could watch cartoon clips. I watch Fox News live on my way walking down the sidewalk. I watch Fox News. Live feed Fox News to my phone. And I watch that, and the screen is even smaller than the iPod thing. But you could also, like, they're getting more and more stuff you can download.
Right.
One-time things for a fee, you download it. I'm like, why the hell isn't this program available on some kind of phone service or now the iPod service where you can download segments of the show? When we do something that is visually appealing, it should be made available for download.
Because we have an agent that only knows radio?
Oh, God. I hear you guys, we're going to have this medium. It's played on something called a Victrola. And we're going to put it out, and it's going to make you guys huge. The future, Bob. Bob Eatman, the future. Look at it. It's all over the place. It's we should be involved with this stuff.
We should be involved with all this cutting edge technology. But I guess the point you're making,
Opie was hot for my deal, wasn't he?
Yeah. But what's your answer going to be, Ope?
I think the iPod TV is going to take off. A lot of people on the subways and the trains, and when they travel, of course.
Someone's got to shoot Bob while he's picking up some fruit.
Jesus. But the quality's right there with the stuff I was looking at Samsung. It was unbelievable, and how light it was.
Yep.
I couldn't believe it.
They're actually thinner than a regular iPod, these video iPods.
Really?
That's something.
What's going when you're working out, though? If you're on a bike or something and you want to have like a little TV, that's probably where people will buy them. But even then, you're moving. It's hard to watch. They have TVs in the gym.
Well, they're calling. Yeah. But I mean, this is where you could just download programs into the iPod, right?
Yeah. This is something also not just the iPod itself, the video iPod itself, but the way they distribute programming now. This changes a lot of stuff. The first show, I guess, is Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
It's going to be made available the day after it airs.
Right.
For $2.99.
Right.
$2.99. You download it. Now you can watch it if you want. Of course, that show, awful, horrible. But this is now a new distribution method for TV shows that's going to make them more money.
$3 though an episode?
$3 an episode. It's the first thing. I'm sure the price will come down after a while.
And you know
once
what,
you get some competition.
For those hot shows, that one show that you like, you're going to pay $3 an episode.
But if you got a DVR at home, you would just record it.
People don't have the DVR
yet. TiVo?
Yeah, they don't have the TiVo.
VCR?
They don't have it.
VCR? Jesus. Color?
No, but this is something you could download right to your iPod as you're going on a business trip or on vacation, or you got the long commute on a train. Long Island fucking Railroad, if I could watch Curb Your Enthusiasm on a little device as I was coming in when I was doing that commute, I would be paying $3 left and right.
That's pretty cool.
Your favorite show? Fuck yeah, man.
They have a thing. It's like Keith has it. It's like it's probably the size. It's probably like 2 inches, 3 inches one way, and like 7 inches the other way. You ever see it? It's like a little like a screen, but it's big. It's big enough to watch shows on. It's like a little iPod. It's got music. It's got everything on it. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a long biker wallet.
Oh, is that the?
It's like a Sony, I think.
Yeah, that's the Sony PSP, or
one that says "bad motherfucker" on.
Yeah.
And is that the PSP?
Second reference. The PSP.
Isn't that the PSP where you can play games, download movies, and all that?
Right, and do everything on it.
Don Wicklund has one of those. But I'm telling you, they're getting smaller than that. That almost looks too big now. Yeah. The stuff I was seeing from Samsung, and I keep saying Samsung because that was that's where I discovered this stuff. But I'm sure they're all doing it now.
Dude, but it's all going to come down to the phone.
Right.
It's all going to be incorporated into the telephone. The cell phone is something, I don't care who you are, that is what you carry with you. Whether you're, Joe businessman or a homeless guy. I saw a homeless guy on a cell phone, which I did not understand where to send the bill. What? He's talking on a cell phone. Everyone has that. So all this new stuff has to be incorporated into a cell phone. They're already doing the video on demand. They're already putting the music players in them. And then it's just got to get to the point where they could cram all this shit in there. XM satellite radio, put that in there. I'm going to make a statement. Oh, go ahead.
I think eventually XM Satellite Radio is going to have to change its name.
To what?
XM Satellite Entertainment.
Entertainment. Ooh.
Because now that I see iPod TV, you got to think the guys in the lab.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know, because, you got to be careful with this type of information.
You're just speculating.
I truly don't know.
They didn't even let you in the goddamn secret room.
So people know I don't know. But you got to think the guys in the lab are already working on this stuff. You just got to think it.
Yeah.
You got to think it, because this is where it's all going.
They're so far ahead of the curve, of course.
And then eventually, I don't think it's going to be about just radio. I think that's where I see the business going, where it's all-encompassing. It's radio, it's TV.
Video, distribution of movies.
Just information in general that doesn't fall into radio or TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where I see the whole thing going with the business we're in. So
the whole thing, I love, though, the video on demand on your goddamn phone. And we should be a part of that. We should absolutely be a part of that, where you can download video. We shoot everything that happens in this studio that's, visually appealing to the audience.
Right.
That should be made available over Sprint or one of these phone services where you can just go to the link, download it, and now you're watching the clip of what you heard on the radio.
Well, call Bob, our agent, and see if he can get on that.
Get on it!
But I'm sure he's too busy dealing with a situation in, Iowa, the morning show in Iowa.
Why is it always Iowa?
Is not getting 3 weeks vacation like they were promised, so he's battling it out with the general manager today.
I'm sure that's a big issue.
I called Bob. I had an issue the other day about AFTRA. I want out.
Did he call you back?
Yeah. He said, well, you might need AFTRA. Oh, well, I'm glad we talked. That AFTRA health insurance, I don't know what most people have. I haven't had health insurance. It's abominable.
It's horrible.
It's a disgrace. I told her, you're a thieving union. You're a thieving union.
You hand the card to most doctors' offices, and they're like, what? What is this?
I'm so glad we're out of AFTRA.
We're out.
We were paying dues for no reason. I'll tell you one thing. I'm pro-union, first of all. I don't want these guys coming out of the woodwork. I truly am. But our union and what happened to us was a complete waste. We had one of the biggest things happen in radio to us, and they didn't even call.
No.
They're there to protect their people, right? We didn't even get a phone call after the whole St. Pat's thing. We had to search them out. And they didn't even return our calls.
No.
But they wanted their fucking dues.
Oh, every 3 months or so, we're sending them thousands of dollars to be in their union, and you got nothing in return. It was extortion.
Do you know...
we got absolutely nothing out of them.
SAG and AFTRA were going to merge, and of course SAG rejected it because AFTRA is shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucky Louie, thank God, is SAG, so I'll be able to get full medical from SAG because I have it from AFTRA. And you know what they do? I understand that there's network providers and out-of-network, but my podiatrist, because of my foot, I should have had to have surgery.
Foot on your foot.
My fucking foot thing on my foot. Is helping me stay away from surgery. She's very good. She's expensive, but I'm like, I got insurance.
Mm-hmm.
They pay, because it's out of network, they pay 60% of what they consider to be the average in that area. These motherfuckers. So, like, she charges, she charges $300 for a visit, which is very expensive, but she's doing ultrasound, all this shit on your foot. They don't pay 60% of $300, which I could live with. All right, fine. She's expensive, but she's saving me. She's helped me make money by keeping me out of surgery. They take the average of what they think the cost should be.
Yeah.
Which they hit the whole New York area. So these fucking pieces of thieving shit include Washington Heights. They include everywhere in New York where you could probably get the same thing by some awful doctor for $60. And they average it out, and this is what you should be paying. So we'll pay 60% of that.
What did the number come out to?
One bill I got was for 3 different things, orthotics and this and that. The whole thing came to $1,250, which was expensive. They paid $300 and something of it.
Thieves.
They are thieves. Absolute scum. And this is AFTRA Health. The actual union to me is of no value, but AFTRA Health should just be firebombed. They're awful, and they're ripping people off, man. It's horrible. I need my stupid unclogged throat would help.
There you go. All right. In other technology news, does this fall under technology? Oh, the last thing about Samsung. So I was there, and they had an 80-inch plasma TV.
80. Wow.
And they had a couch right in front of it, so we sat down in front of the couch, and they were playing some promotional video of, like, festivals of Europe or something like that.
Festivus.
So they're just showing all these cool things that you could see in Europe, basically. Mm-hmm. And it was just...
high def, of course.
It was unbelievable. And I'm sitting there, and I was thinking to myself, I'm thinking I might want an 80-inch plasma TV.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm thinking that, right? I'm thinking, we had a pretty good year at XM. We just celebrated a year on the air. Maybe I should treat myself to an 80-inch plasma TV.
A little treat.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm getting a little excited, because now I'm thinking in my head, I swear to God, I'm thinking 10, 20,000. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not spend some money for once?
Oops.
I'm thinking 10 or 20,000. I know that's a lot. And I'm really debating this in my head, right? I know. You already know.
You just earned that.
You already know where I'm
going.
going.
We've been here.
But I'm seriously debating this in my head. Should I just step up and do it? An 80-inch plasma TV. So I finally, like, to the sales guy, like, I'm ready to do some wheeling and dealing.
Assistance, sir.
And, and I'm with my chick, right? So I'm looking like a big shot. Watch what I do now.
The cock of the walk.
I stick my chest out. I'm interested in that 80-inch plasma TV. Mm-hmm. He goes, you do realize that there's only 3 in the world, right?
Yes.
And
did you say that? Yeah.
Well, your mouth gets dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I realize that.
Because I already committed, and I'm trying to look like a big shot, you know.
3 in the world.
And there's people kind of looking in on this whole process. He goes, do you realize there's 3 in the world, that's one of them. And I'm like,
one belongs to Mr. Gates.
Of course. So I guess they said something like they had 100-inch plasma there. There's only 1 in the world, and they displayed that last week or something, or a couple weeks ago. So I go, yeah. How much would something like that run a person? And I'm still hoping maybe, now I'm thinking, all right, 10 to 20, it's got to be 20,000, right? He goes, that TV right there goes for $150,000.
150 grand.
And you had to act like that was the range that you kind of figured it might be in?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm like, well, okay.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
No, he knew right away, because then he walked right away to the next person that had a question. He knew there wasn't even a chance that he was making a deal.
Just put it on your Amex Centurion.
Right.
Did you put it on that one? The black card?
I felt like such a dick that I lowballed it so much in my own head, thinking
20 G's.
I'm thinking 20 G's.
I'm on it. You're looking to see if it could fit in your car.
Yeah, I could get that in there. What do you need? I had the wall in my apartment in my mind, like, yeah, that one wall there.
Yeah.
How did they get that through the door?
Huh?
How did they get that through your door, dude? They'd have to they'd have to knock brick out. You'd have to remodel the entire building. You'd have to get like a building code. You couldn't put that in your apartment.
Dude, it's plasma.
It's thin.
It's like it's 5 inches thick.
No.
At the most.
But it's long.
It's 80 inches long.
Oh, I see
How
what
high
you're
is
saying.
it? Like, how would you ever try to maneuver a couch through your front door?
Dude.
Yeah, but a couch isn't flat.
I tell the famous...
It's a board. As long as you can get it into... What, do you got a wall right when you walk in? What's your apartment like? Open the door, make quick left or right. There's a wall right there.
That's big TV. That wouldn't fit in the house.
I tell the famous story.
No, I have a
I tell the famous story. I got the pretty much... I missed the boat by a week. I ended up getting the Sony, what is it, like a 50-inch picture tube.
Jimmy moved into Bilbo Baggins' old place.
I get the
door is round.
I get the 50-inch Sony picture tube, and then like the week after, the plasmas and the LCDs and the flat screens
that always
in general
happens, yeah.
were all the rage. So I basically got the last floor model of this fucking thing.
Oh boy!
And it was the hot TV at the time. I forget exactly what it is, but you get the idea. It's like a 50-inch picture tube, huge, weighs like fucking 400 pounds. And I had 2 gorillas roll it into my apartment. Remember that story? It's a true story. Because you ask about how they get these things into your apartment. These guys look like they just came out of prison. And they tried for maybe 2 seconds to, get it in my apartment the nice way, and then realized it wasn't going to go in. So now they're rolling it and shoving it through the doors, and then boom, 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 rolling it across my living room.
No and I was kin to delivery men. No.
And I had a little fear in my stupid brain, like we do, and I didn't say anything. And I just hoped that the thing was going to work after what they did, and I lucked out. It's fine, but they rolled it into my apartment, this huge TV.
Lucky it wasn't luggage.
End over end.
Yeah, me and Ben were talking about the high def. The high def. Watching the game on that, and he's getting into watching things on the Discovery Channel now, because Discovery High Definition, all those nature shows and stuff. High definition, so the way to go.
I have a 50-inch. It's a Pioneer Elite, which my friends hooked me up with. And I watch things like the European show you were talking about. There's 2 HD channels where they have like the aerial views of cities. Like they'll just take like helicopter shots over Philly.
Yeah.
I will sit there and watch it. There's no sound. It's just some awful narrator. And the high def is so good, I'll actually watch that, or some stupid thing on anything with color. Like if there's lizards on green shit, like fucking watch this.
You get like this vertigo feeling when they're doing that helicopter shot through the cities.
It's so
Feels
true.
like you're moving.
The high definition channels have absolutely nothing going on, but you'll stare at it for hours.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see a little bee on a flower, like, It's the most amazing thing ever.
Retard staring at a pinwheel. Same effect.
Pretty much. Chris, what's going on today?
Hey, did you guys see the Today Show with the TV commercial that they're ripping you guys off with the assault on the media?
What are they doing?
It's some drug company, Ambient or Cialis or one of them, and the guy, there's a reporter and she's doing a story, and he walks up with a white T-shirt with the drug on the T-shirt, and then the cameraman moves a little bit, and then he moves to the other side, and then they move around, so it looks like their advertising now is picking up on what you guys are doing.
Ah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Using the assault on the media.
And the advertising industry picked up on the whole wow thing when that became hot.
Wow.
Every product had wow in it.
Wow.
All of a sudden.
Wow.
Well, now we're sounding like
hoo-hoo, Robin.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, you killed the other day on Leno.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Without a doubt he did.
Yep.
All right,
you
man.
ever see Leno on HDTV?
No.
They have, like, there's with Time Warner, at least, it goes up to, like, 1,000 channels. But 704, I think, to 730 or whatever they are, or 702, there's, like, 26 pure HD channels. And Leno's on one of them on the 704, and because his set is very colorful, and it is fucking mind-boggling how good that looks in HD.
Yeah.
I never would have spent that much on a TV, but getting a couple friends help you out.
Right.
That's right.
They maybe get it to you for cost.
You keep that simple man image going. You're a fancy man who needs a fancy
no,
television.
You don't understand. I'm what you call highfalutin.
Highfalutin?
I'm a big shot. I just couldn't have afforded the TV. They helped me out.
And thanks to my new DVR, I saw Jay Leno and his monologue this morning as I was showering and drinking a little coffee in my apartment. And I got to tell you, I watched Leno again and Letterman again. And you were right the whole time. I've said it now a few times. Leno, all topical, current event type jokes that are really funny. Then I watched Letterman right after, and he's doing a joke about a rat and I don't know, like tasing a rat or something. Or
the cops had to tase a rat. Or
I don't know. It was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's pretty funny though, because you just when you do a joke, let me just let people break the fourth wall here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want anyone to be offended ever by it.
Right.
No victims.
That keeps everyone happy.
Hey, Leno helped us out. He did 4 mentions the other day when Jimmy Norton was on. So why don't we help him out? We got a little Leno in his monologue from last night.
Right.
We'll do this until they tell us to stop doing this. We'll go to break with this. Leno from last night.
Last night was the Clintons' 30th wedding anniversary. How about that? Very nice. Congratulations. I was thinking about, you know what keeps these two together? Spite. Yesterday, President Bush and the First Lady were on the Today Show building a house for Katrina victims, and before construction, they gave President Bush a set of plans, and of course he asked if he could keep them, because as you know, Bush has never had a set of plans. So this is the first time to actually have plans. Oh, I tell you, you know who was furious? Yeah. When Dick Cheney saw him building the house, Cheney was furious. He said, hey, you're taking jobs away from Halliburton. Come on, what are you doing there? You know... But President Bush softening up, taking more liberal positions like global warming. Remember, he used to be against global warming? Right. Well, now it's the Republican plan for heating homes this winter. That's the new plan. And the Supreme Court ruled this week that a witch in Chesterfield County, Virginia, cannot say an opening prayer at government meetings. Yeah. This, of course, would be a groundbreaking decision for the year 1683. Next month, they'll rule on trolls and leprechauns. We'll find out whether. And Supreme Court nominee Harriet Miers, you probably know this, she told the New York Times that George Bush was the most brilliant man she ever met, which is kind of scary. I mean, she only has one known opinion, and that's it. Well, here's what we know about Miers. You know, they've been investigating her. She's never been married, and she has no known boyfriends. In fact, today, President Bush announced a very ambitious plan to put a man on Miers by the year 2010. Let's see. Oh, JetBlue. You know JetBlue, the airlines? How about this? They have a new introductory fare. Boston to New York, $25. That's right. I checked. It can't be right. $25, right. Boston to New York. The reason they can offer these prices, they get rid of the frills, like front wheels, mechanics, all is gone. No, the headset, $400. $400 for the headset. Hey, y'all watch the Yankee game the other night? That was something, man. That was the worst beating caught on video that didn't involve the New Orleans Police Department. You know that? bad, wasn't it? Guy hadn't had a drink in 25 years. Oh, well, we got you now. Well, it looks like it's the White Sox versus the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, another game today. See, this is the real culture class. The city of broad shoulders versus the city of fake boobs. You know, it's kind of hard to watch these two come together here. Oh, last weekend there was a 3-day sumo wrestling tournament in Las Vegas. 20 of the top sumo wrestlers came over here from Japan. And, you know, people can be so rude. Like some were heard saying, I've never seen people so fat. And that was the sumo wrestlers talking about Americans. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. Yeah, it wasn't fair. And the government today rounded up a group of sex peddlers and perverts in their war against indecency. But enough about the Minnesota Vikings. You know about this story? That's a great story. You hear about this story? Several Minnesota Vikings players are being investigated after a boat cruise on a lake turned into a wild sex party on this boat. And the coach of the Vikings got suspicious after several players complained of groin pulls and they didn't play this week. So hey, wait a minute. No, that's what they said. They were on this boat. They're having wild sex. They were drinking. They were pillaging. You know, I think they're taking this Viking thing a little too far. Man, they got to pull back. What are they, 1-3? 1-3. You know, that's the only offensive thing they've done all season, actually. And what else? Rap star Lil' Kim was nominated for Vibe Award, but she can't be there because she's in prison. Yeah. Here's the amazing thing. In prison, she's actually surrounded by more rap stars than she would be at the Vibe Award. Hey, you can make fun of the president, but don't pick on rap stars. Hey. Yeah. I read in the paper today there's an artist in China who paints with his tongue. Doesn't use a brush, uses his tongue. And here's the amazing part. He's a house painter. That's the amazing part.
For years, Andrew has waited for that special someone, a woman to spend his life with.
I think it's very romantic, actually.
A soulmate.
Will you shut up?
Patty has never experienced love.
I have self-control all the time.
And is a boring dipshit.
I like doing puzzles and things from the paper, like all the crossword puzzles, the math puzzles, and the Post.
What if someone you couldn't stand,
you have no sexuality,
was the only someone for you?
I think she's very beautiful.
Witness the romance between a stammering maniac with chronic halitosis.
There's a slight breath problem.
And a cliche-slinging bag lady.
A wild and crazy evening.
No matter what she says, after she says it, I want her killed.
He has fun on the Ferris wheel.
I was too big and there wouldn't balance both of us.
Wow.
But what happens after the love is gone?
You know, just want to be, friends.
Fuck you, bitch. Why can't we be more than friends?
I can't. I'm sorry. What are you doing? No!
When rejection sends you over the edge, the only answer is murder.
No, why not?
Freak Date, mumbling its way to a theater near you.
That's Disturbed, Land of Confusion, the old Genesis song as we get back to the Opie and Anthony program.
Great.
We're doing a very rare live appearance tomorrow, I guess, right? Tomorrow's Friday already?
It is tomorrow.
Ooh, tomorrow's the last day we have with Jimmy.
Goody gumdrops. We're doing something tomorrow after the show. Oh, joy, on a Friday. Ooh.
Well, you won't hit any traffic Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon rush hour shouldn't be a problem at all. In the rain, right? Thank you for bringing that up.
Might as well just get a hotel and enjoy New York over the weekend.
What are you guys doing tomorrow?
Digital Life Show. Jimmy, are you coming with us?
No one told me.
Tomorrow at the Jacob Javits Convention Center here in New York City from 12:30 to 1:30. We might be there a little longer than that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It's pretty cool for something that we have to do that I, usually flee from the city. I don't mind doing this because it's tech stuff, and I like that.
I never went to the Javits Center. I might go just check that place out.
It's pretty cool. It's definitely cool, and we'll be there from 12:30 to 1:30 signing our awful publicity photos. No, actually, we like this version, right?
Yeah.
We like this one. All right, so that's going on tomorrow. So
I wonder if Pat from Milonakis showing up like he did last year to just lean on the counter that we're signing for the entire time we're there, yapping.
He's not going to be there. He's a big star now.
Now that Regis is talking about him?
God, all our, like our, what do we call these people?
Creeps.
Yeah.
We used to have a name
Assholes.
for our, what was the name we used to use?
Cancers?
Freaks.
Hangers on?
The freaks of the show or whatever.
Yeah.
Stalker Patty, if you're just tuning in, is going to be on Maury Povich. We gave Maury a pretty good idea when he was in here. He went with it, and he's doing a show on, like, old virgins. Obviously, we got it from the movie, and we're not going to, whatever. But Stalker Patty's 50 years old and a virgin, so Maury said, yeah, we'll do a show with her, and they gave her a makeover and stuff. Patty should be in here in about 20 minutes to talk about her experience on Maury Povich. We don't know when that show's going to air yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pat from Milonakis, another one of our freaks, he was in an eating contest, a
grilled cheese
eating contest. They're eating shit every day all over the country, these professional eaters. It's not all about the hot dogs. They eat something different every weekend, I guess.
Steve, instant feedback's down.
Uh-oh.
Instant feedback's down, Steve. Get on it.
Steve?
Get on it. Get on the horn.
Where is that incompetent?
And here comes Steve.
I don't know what happened. It's the internet. Try dripped honey in the controls. Big creep.
He really is.
Big stupid claws.
Bee landed on my nose and frightened me.
When are you going to punch somebody?
I can't.
I've been waiting years for
I
this.
know you have, and I'm sure I'll get mad enough one day to hit somebody really hard, but it just hasn't happened yet.
One day?
Boy, you don't want it to be you, man.
No, I can't, dude. I've fucked somebody up really bad a couple of times.
You know what's going to happen? He'll start, like, speaking Lebanese. You know, that's going to start coming out when he gets angry. The language of his homeland.
Usually end up hurting somebody real bad. Look at him with his big Lebanese arms.
Yeah.
When Steve snaps, it's going to be...
It'll be ugly. It'll be ugly, and I'll get locked up. And
it'll be a jail sentence.
Yeah.
He probably pisses his pants. He gets so mad, he blacks out and urinates in himself. He doesn't mean to.
Why
Bad Boy Bubby's mom is on the bed.
What is going on with the G-Rock radio show?
I was just looking at the camera there, and apparently there's a big fat woman on the Rockaway bed wearing this pink jacket.
Some kind of photo op.
And slacks and sensible shoes.
That's the people are going to get their picture taken. They sit on the end of the bed and they have their photo taken. This is awful.
Wow, that's some kind of photo op.
She absolutely looks like Bad Boy Bubby's mom.
Oh yeah, this is kind of comfy, you know.
Oh, you're a good boy.
He's only using one hand.
All right. Anyway, Pat from Milonakis was mentioned on Regis and Kelly. Yesterday morning.
Well, maybe this will sate your appetite. 19 grilled cheese sandwiches
I'll
in
read
10
my
minutes.
nose.
Is it possible for somebody to eat and swallow 19 of these grilled babies in 10 minutes? Well, yes, it is. And the guy who did it won the grilled cheese eating contest.
Is he a relative of you? Oh, no.
No.
Runner-up.
The runner-up, Patrick Philbin from Monachi, New Jersey, right across the river, scarfed down a sandwich and a half less. And third place came in too close to call.
Wait, Patrick Philbin from Monachi. I've actually shoved 19 grilled cheese sandwiches in my nose.
Why does Regis always sound like he's got the bird flu?
I don't know.
His nose is just a mess.
He is just not there anymore.
I've lost my mind. Monachi.
He's been living in New York for 60 years.
He can't get anything right. He cannot get anything right that he talks about.
Monachi.
Listen again.
Well, maybe this will sate your appetite. 19 grilled cheese sandwiches in 10 minutes. Is it possible for somebody to eat and swallow 19 of these grilled babies in 10 minutes? Well, yes, it is. And the guy who did it won the grilled cheese eating contest.
Is he a relative of you? Oh, no.
No.
Runner-up.
The runner-up, Patrick Philbin from Monachi, New Jersey, right across the river, scarfed down a sandwich and a half less. And third place came in too close to call.
Yes, I shared some grilled cheese the other day. It was at a fine restaurant here in Manhattan with Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet. And we...
shut up!
Monachi.
He is so out of touch with anything relevant.
Monachi's like right over the river, basically.
Monachi.
I can understand maybe some obscure town way in South Jersey, but he could pretty much look at Monachi from his apartment.
Monachi.
That's his last name, Philbin?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Pat from Monachi.
Monachi.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Pat?
Oh, nothing much. Having a little grilled cheese for breakfast.
Congratulations on the mention on Regis and Kelly yesterday morning.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Pat, you have taken this eating thing very seriously. We thought it was just a lark, something for you to maybe get the name of the show on TV or something. But you are now really becoming a contender.
Yeah. I'm ranked 15th in the world.
He's 15th in the world. And what is the organization? NAMBLA? What is it?
No, that's the other one I belong to. The IFOCE, the International Federation of Competitive Eating.
Competitive eating, and you're ranked 15th in the world. And now, how many of these do you do a month, would you say?
I think over the course of the year, it averages maybe once a month.
Maybe once a month, so 12 a year. There's a picture of him on the IFOCE website. Wow. There you are.
You know why he's 15th? Because there's only 20 of them because they die at a rate of about 6 a day. Bunch of fatsos just tipping over.
Now, you ate in the grilled cheese eating competition.
Yeah.
Who came in first?
That was Ed Cookie Jarvis from Long Island.
Ed Cookie Jarvis. And how far behind were you?
He ended up with 19, and I had 17 and a half.
Oh, wow.
I thought he'd demolish me, but I kept it close.
Close.
He's ranked number 4th in the world.
4th in the world.
Yes.
And you almost had him.
Almost.
Wow.
And where was this, in Arkansas?
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
So you're traveling everywhere for this.
Yeah, I got to see Grand Funk Railroad the night before. That was cool.
Wow. That was cool.
What a life. Yeah. Grand Funk Railroad and then a bunch of grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, God.
You really should pray for a drunk driving accident, Pat.
You should enter our take a picture of your dump contest after some grilled cheese.
That's right.
17 and a half grilled cheese sandwiches.
You want to accept a picture from him for the contest?
From Pat, of course.
By the way, I don't think I'm going to have a picture in time.
No?
Yeah, that my grilled cheese is going to take like a week to come out.
It's all dairy, too. It'll be like a wet pile, like a close-up of an ice cream cone.
It's going to look like the Doomsday device from Star Trek. Oof.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
You dick!
We're talking to the guy that invented the car crash, by the way.
Oh.
Let's not forget, the car crash all started with
That's right.
Pat from... What?
Pat from Monachi.
Monachi.
No, it's no relation to the Philbins, my Philbins.
You no relation, huh, Pat? Wow, that would have been kind of cool.
Well, actually, I've never seen a picture of my father, so it could be. You never know.
Why haven't you seen a picture of your father? Uh-oh.
Well, my sister tells me he didn't like taking pictures, but he was out of there real soon. Probably after he saw me.
Oh, your father left after you were born? How old were you?
Probably like 6 months.
6 months old and your father leaves.
Yeah.
That's why you're swallowing a lot of aggression.
Along with a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches.
Hey, what's the next contest you're entering in?
Yeah. Dewey Oxburger from Moonaki.
October, I believe it's 28th. It's going to be the Verizon Voice Wing Challenge.
And what is that?
It's basically hot wings. It's got to be down in D.C.
Hot wings. Now that's got to be difficult because of the bones.
Well, you don't eat the bones there, Anthony.
Well, if it's hot wings, I guess they use chicken nuggets.
There's a lot of coordination going on. You got to strip the meat off the bone.
Well, that's what I mean. Not eating the bone, you ninny. I mean the fact that you can't just shove the thing in your mouth. And how do they judge if a bone has been cleaned off good enough?
Well, some contests judge differently, but this one is the proper way to judge it. They go by weight. They weigh the wings beforehand, and then they weigh the bones afterwards.
Oh, so
they
wow.
figure out the difference.
So they won't know, like, right when it's over, who's who wins.
Yeah, other contests they judge by if you have to clean every bone, and then they count the wings, which is not good because some people clean the bone better.
Right.
Right, okay.
Ooh, they weigh it. How about that?
Well, very exciting.
So this one, the strategy for this one, you just rip off most of the meat, because the more chewing you take, you're taking too much time.
Well, you don't want to take up time nibbling, little nibbles off of the little bone. Ugh.
Correct.
Very good, Pat.
Well, good luck to you.
All right, good luck to you, Pat from Budachi. We'll be looking forward to watching you in this eating competition.
I'll see you Friday, Ant. We'll talk about Warner Brothers cartoons.
Oh, you're going to show up and lean on the counter again?
Yeah.
Annoying
You're going
pest.
to be making an appearance with us at the Digital Life Show at the Jacob Javits Convention Center, 12:30 to 1:30 tomorrow.
Annoying.
That's correct. The unofficial WoW van will be there. Oh.
Great.
All right, are you going to the Halloween party?
Of course, I bought 3 shirts. It's got my friggin' name on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're giving out shirts to pretty much everyone that goes to our Halloween party. My brother came up with a great design.
Yes.
Celebrating a year on XM. He's got a lot of the things that we've done on the back of the shirt. It's really cool. You can see the design on opieanthony.com, and if you can't make the party, you could buy them, I guess. So.
And they go up to 3X. Some people just think it's just 1X.
Oh, they go up to 3X. So yeah, you could buy the shirt.
So I can buy a shirt.
Yeah, the shirts we're going to give out at the Halloween party. Are you going to go as anyone, Pat?
Me, myself, and I.
You should go as Bad Boy Bubby's mom.
Bad Boy Bubby's mom?
Someone has to go as Bad Boy Bubby's mom.
I was going to go as Ralph Cramden's Man from Space.
That would win.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, Pat, good luck to you with the eating thing, and we'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Thank you very much.
There he goes, Pat from Munachi.
Munachi.
Munachi. All right.
Wonderful.
Uh-oh, what's wrong, Jimmy? Jimmy, what's wrong?
Something seems to have struck his funny bone.
Jimmy? What's wrong, Jimmy? what the fuck is wrong with you?
Something's just got him laughing. I can't figure out what it could be.
I'm reading the funny papers.
Oh,
of course.
Jimmy's reading the funny papers.
Oh, dude, this one is good.
Reading the funny papers.
Marmaduke.
Oh, he's running, right? He's dragging the guy behind him. Really fast he's running. And the guy goes, "Don't you want to stay low mileage?"
Yeah, that one's a hoot, all
Oh,
right.
wow. What a knee slapper.
That's terrific. Wait.
Yeah.
And then there's Dilbert. He's sitting there. He's at like a computer screen. Behind him.
Wait, what? Dilbert's at a...
he's a computer screen.
Okay, and somebody's behind him?
Let me get through this, please. Don't make me laugh.
All right.
And she's standing behind him, and she goes, "I took the liberty of calculating how rich you'd have to be." And then the next thing, she's reading, "Before I'd be willing to date you." The number is $4 trillion. Wait.
That doesn't end there. That's just a laugh in the middle of the strip.
Wow.
I'm getting lightheaded.
2 laughs.
In the next one, Dilbert goes, "You're happily married," and she goes, "That's all factored in."
Oh, come on.
I thought it was over in caption too. That
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh my God, there's more.
To get 2 laughs like that on a comic strip. Wow.
Oh, dude, I have a headache. Beetle
Yeah.
Bailey.
So do I.
Oh.
Beetle Bailey.
Dude.
Always a chuckle.
Always.
From Beetle
Sure.
Bailey.
The Sarge is eating. And there's the cook and there's Beetle at the table.
The cook? What did they use? Some ink?
The Sarge goes, he's looking close at his breakfast. "Why do waffles have these little indentations?" And the cook goes, so the serum can't escape. And in the next caption, the sergeant looks confused. He goes, I don't understand. And B... And Beetle goes, nothing edible has ever escaped Sarge.
See, because he's a big guy, right? Wow.
Oh, wait.
That is funny.
Here's the Boondocks.
Boondocks?
Yeah. It's the cartoon for the
Boondocks?
Yeah.
Isn't that the first panel is, hey, Leroy, park the boat?
You know, you're not that far off, man. It's African-American gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, they didn't blow up the levees to kick out all the black people. And the other black person goes, yes, they did. And the other guy goes, and the next caption, he goes, the World Trade Center wasn't blown up from within. And the little conspiracy black guy goes, yes, it was. And in the next one, it goes, Prophet Yahweh cannot summon UFOs on command. And then the other black guy, conspiracy guy, goes, yes, he can. And then he goes...
Oh, no. Hold on, I don't see a fourth box here. There's only wait a minute. There's only 1, 2, 3 boxes.
But the next one,
there is no.
He says, little girl, you're kin to me, and she says, no, I'm not.
No. I didn't get that.
What do you? There was no fourth. Where the?
I'm no kin to the monkey, no. The monkey's no kin to me, yeah. I don't know much about his ancestors, but mine didn't swing from a tree. It seems so unbelievable, and yet they're saying it's true. They're teaching us about it in school now, that humans were monkeys once too. Whoa, I'm no kin to the monkey, no. The monkey's no kin to me, yeah.
By the way, this will stick in your head like no other song we've ever played. I was singing that around the house yesterday, all day and all night long, and this morning when I got up.
You just start humming it, right?
No kin to, and you find yourself no. Yeah.
More
you just
addicting
can't
than,
get it out of your head.
More addicting than...
Ring, 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 ring,
yep.
ring, ring, ring.
Really?
Banana phone.
Yep.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
That is catchy, but that I'm no kin to a monkey thing?
Yeah.
Because the
Marmaduke ain't doing it for
kids just sound adorable in it, don't they?
What's that?
What, Chuck?
I said Marmaduke ain't doing it for me. I don't know, the whole part of the reading the comics, you're just cracking up there in the middle of it. It was fucking it all up. Me and my brother were sitting here. I was like, I'm waiting to laugh, and it's like, where the fuck's the punchline? I didn't find any of it funny. I'm sorry.
You didn't like the Marmaduke cartoon?
You cannot be this stupid, Chuck. Where are you from?
Come on, where are you from?
Milltown.
Where?
Milltown.
New Jersey?
I don't know, the last... Yeah.
You didn't like the Marmaduke cartoon?
Wait.
No, I didn't like...
Turn your radio down or you fail.
Turn your fucking radio down!
Sorry, that was my fucking brother.
You can listen to yourself on the replay later today.
No, I know that.
Holy shit, just figure out what time you're on the radio and then do the math and listen to yourself later.
Right. Now, you didn't find it funny. I really got to get into this. You didn't find it funny because you wanted Jimmy to say it clearly so you could laugh at the comic.
Yeah, I think it was more just along the fucking thing. He was cracking up there in the whole fucking thing. It fucked me up for it.
It ruined the comic for you? It ruined the punchline of the comic, so you wanted to laugh at the comic strip?
Yeah, I was looking. Dude, I thought it was going to be funny. I thought
oh my God, I'm embarrassed for you.
Right.
Wait, but New Jersey listeners, I gotta tell you, I gotta stick up for New Jersey. They get the humor of this show.
Yeah.
I thought you were from Alabama, Chuck. Because they're still trying to figure it all out. They're trying to figure out our humor.
Chuck, the Beetle Bailey one, did you like?
I didn't catch the entire.
Oh, see, because Jimmy, because you were laughing through it. If you would just read the goddamn comic, Jimmy, then these people would be able to hear it and appreciate it.
If you could read it without laughing.
Right, without laughing.
Wait, hold on. All right, dude. Hold on. I mean, find one. What comic do you like, Chuck?
Garfield.
Garfield is very funny. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, let me see if he's here. Okay.
I hate to take people out of the bit, but that's what the fuck he's doing! Holy shit, you cannot be this stupid!
This gentleman wants to hear the comic that Jimmy's reading, not Jimmy's laughing.
I couldn't get through it without laughing, dude. Could you read these without laughing?
Yes, sir. You know, it's not Jimmy's fault that they're so hysterical that he can't stop laughing.
It's not that fucking hysterical. I mean, it's just something.
Holy shit.
Dude, the comics make me laugh.
Holy shit. Why do we even bother doing a radio show?
Not that funny. Not that funny.
Why?
Wait, Chuck.
Gentlemen, I just don't find the comics that funny.
Chuck, have you read today's Blondie?
Nah.
Blondie.
How am I... I'm going to read it straight?
Try it, Jimmy. For this guy's sake, please try to get through it without... I know they're funny. And Dagwood's hysterical, but just try to get through it.
Dagwood and his co-worker are walking, right?
Uh-huh.
And the neighbor.
All right.
All right, wait.
Oh,
they're walking, they're getting out of a car, and the neighbor says...
Hold on.
Tootsie is visiting her Aunt Velma tonight, so I'm on my own. And then Dagwood says, why don't you come over around 7 and have dinner with us? And the next panel, they're standing there holding their briefcases, and the neighbor goes to Dagwood, that's very thoughtful of you, Dag, and I accept.
Oh, Jimmy. No, I apologize, Chuck.
Was that the end of it? Is that where I'm supposed to be cracking up with him?
Dude,
no, because it's not over yet. See, he's reading the last panel, and it's making him laugh so much that it's very hard for him to get through this.
All right, dude.
Because he appreciates good humor.
Right.
In the last one, they're still talking.
I'm a big fan, but I got to go and punch it out. I got to get to fucking work before somebody kills me.
Let me finish this one.
All right, come on, finish it up.
There's standing in the last panel, and the guy goes, but let's make it 6. And I don't like selfish. And no chicken, I had that last night. And then Dagwood says, Chuck is a stupid cunt.
Who are you calling a stupid cunt? Hey, I need a wild sticker, man. I got some asshole around me over here. Not an Amboy. We're in Amboy. Pathmark and Amboy today. Somebody get a wild band out here.
All right.
Bye, Chuck.
You stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, my God.
What a mokes.
What an ass.
Complete idiot.
Look, and now we got Alabama defending themselves, and they should. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from Alabama. I just want to say big fat fuck you. We kind of get the show down here, buddy.
You get the show, right?
Fuck yeah.
Do you get I hate to tear down the ninth wall here, but you get what Jimmy's doing with this bit?
Well, I was on hold for a while because I wasn't hearing it.
All right.
But yeah, I get the fucking show. We laugh about it down here.
All right.
We all...
All right. Wow. Hate to tear down that wall, but, you know.
That was a wall.
Sometimes you have to.
Wall. It was a piece of paper mache. I didn't think that needed to be torn down.
No shit.
No one knew that.
Tim from Alabama.
Hey, y'all need to calm down, Alabama. We ain't all a bunch of dumbasses down here now. We're smarter than fucking idiots from New Jersey.
You're right. Now, Tim, do you understand? We rarely do this, but let me ask you a question. Do you understand what Jim Norton is doing with the comics bit?
Yeah, it's ironic humor.
Wow. All right, there you go. All right, we got to lay off Alabama. They're pretty smart.
Hey, there's a part of Alabama that is called North Alabama, where all the defense and aerospace industries are. That's where all the intelligent people are. The people that call you are truck drivers from Central or L.A., Lower Alabama.
Uh-huh.
They're about as dumb as a brick.
All right.
So not all of us are stupid.
All right. We got a lot of fans in Alabama. Here's TJ. TJ.
What's up, Opie?
Hey. What's up, TJ?
Alabama gets misrepresented by some of the dumbasses that live down here and call in the radio shows.
Yeah.
But it goes to show every state's got their dumbasses. Can I get a War Eagle?
It would have been better if he could have hung up quick, but he had to fumble with the phone.
Fumble. Oh, that's great.
TJ.
Yeah.
And he's still there.
Yeah, and he's still there waiting. Very good.
You understand the Jim Norton comic bit, right?
I love Jim Norton. I actually call into the comedy show almost once a week to request Jim Norton.
Thank you, sir.
All right, but do you understand the comic bit he just did?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not really hilarious, but he's making it funny just to piss off that dumbass Chuck.
There you go. See? Jesus, I can't believe we had to explain that one.
Thank you.
We don't like explaining our things.
No. We just assume everyone gets it.
You got to understand irony, sarcasm sometimes.
Evilness.
I want to grab Chuck. This is an obscure reference. The way Wings Hauser grabbed Nina Blackwood and Vice Squad. And I just want to say,
wow.
I cannot believe how stupid you are.
Wings Hauser and Nina Blackwood, yeah.
You ain't going to beat me, Ramrod?
Ramrod, that was it.
I cannot believe
shit.
how stupid you are.
I want to change gears here. You know, we have this WOW line now. We have an FU line. It's great. It's so good. So many radio shows across America now enjoy that bit on their own shows. Of course. Hoo-hoo. But it is the truth. It started with us, the whole FU line thing. Okay? So we decided to do the WOW line. You know, that's good marketing, right?
Yeah.
You see this all the time in the real world. One thing works, so then you want to capitalize and come up with two things.
Right. You it's almost like a spin-off, or, you know, this works, so this'll work.
Right.
Now we'll have two more gooder things.
Two good things
instead of just one
good thing. So we have this WOW line. What is the number, by the way? Where's my sheet? It's if you see boobs because you got a WOW sticker on your car, you're supposed to share with the rest of the country through our fine radio show, and you call 1-866-WOW-ME-05.
Yeah.
Okay? Or 05, right? 0.
Yeah.
05. Okay? 1-866-WOW-ME-05. Well, the WOW line's up and running.
Oh, boy.
And we got this call.
I just got wowed on I-95 in Virginia. It's Saturday morning. This guy just whipped his beautiful cock out and showed me. It was awesome.
I gotta say, I didn't see that coming.
This is a giant cock.
I did not see that one coming.
It's not Whip It Out Wednesday. It's wow. Whip them out, or whip out.
Whip them out.
Oh my God,
whip
I'm distracted because Stalker Patty's here. Do not show us Stalker Patty.
Oh no, not yet.
I could tell by Ben. I could tell by Ben that this is going to be unbelievable. Ben is laughing hysterically outside the window as I'm trying to explain this WOW thing. Maury Povich gave her a makeover yesterday. She's coming in to talk about her experience on the Maury Povich show. And I guess she's dressed as they had her dressed yesterday, and Ben is laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
Ben, hide her in Ron and Fez's office. I'm telling you, because we're going to go take leaks here, and I don't want to see her until we go live after the commercial.
If Ben is laughing hysterically, you know what that means? The mail must have come.
Well,
anyway.
This coming in on instant feedback. This page cannot be displayed. Isn't that great?
What?
The page you're looking for is currently unavailable.
Oh, we still don't have instant
feedback. This
feedback.
in on instant feedback. The website may be experiencing technical difficulties, or you may need to adjust your browser settings.
I don't think that's the feedback.
We're working on it.
No?
We're working on it. Waiting for Scott to call me back.
Scott? Who's Scott?
Scott is the guy that...
My brother?
No.
My brother's involved with the show?
Yes, exactly. Scott Peterson.
Columbo?
He had a lot of time, so he learned programming and made our instant feedback. Yeah. Scott's the guy that... Yeah.
Notice I couldn't commit to the really obnoxious laugh at this monster in front of me.
Do you like your BlackBerry, Steve?
Getting used to it. Motherfucker. I'll just stab you with a fucking scissors, I swear to God.
Just use your claws.
I know.
We're
working on it.
But you're like Fonzie, you know that, right?
Hey.
Anthony brought this bit to the show years ago. You're like Fonzie. You're always like threatening and saying what you want to do, but you never do anything.
Because I'm smart enough to know that it's not worth hitting anybody.
Fonzie,
it really isn't.
Richie should have just punched Fonzie in the middle of the forehead.
Hey,
Fonzie was
Norton
never
in
gonna
my
hit him
office.
back.
Because you realize at a certain age that you start clubbing people really hard, you're going to go to jail, and it's not worth it. It really isn't.
But you can't threaten anymore because no one's buying it. You're like the boy that cried.
Where's the fire? Where's the fire? Where's the fire? Where?
Or that.
Or that.
Or that.
Yeah. What did that mean?
That's the little boy who cried fire, and then the fireman would show up and they'd sing, "Where's the fire? Where's the fire? Where's the fire?"
But it's just a rip-off hoo-hoo of the original Boy That Cried Wolf. You know.
You're right.
Cried wolf, 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 and then all the townspeople would come, try to save him, and realize the kid would start laughing.
Right.
And then one day the wolf came and the townspeople didn't when he cried wolf, and the wolf ate the child.
There's a fire on my sheets, there's a fire on my feet. Oh, doesn't anyone care? Football.
So some guy named Scott is working on the MTV back.
he's working.
Yeah?
All right. Thank you.
Tell Scott he's doing a shit job because it's still not up there.
Yeah, okay, it's only gone down like maybe 3 times in a fucking year.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Good point, Steve.
Chuck in Jersey.
Runs on hybrid fuel, the servers.
Chuck?
Yo.
What's up, Chuck?
Hey.
I'm a very confused person here. You know, I was baffled by the comic thing, but, you know, at the beginning of the show, it says you guys hate each other, and then talk. I mean, would it really need a fire hose to be cleaned?
Oh, I get it. This guy is imitating
All
Chuck
right,
from Jersey.
Chuck,
very good.
very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Right. I thought it was the Chuck from Jersey, but it's just a guy imitating the stupidness of Chuck from
Imagine
Jersey.
if we didn't get his ironic call. What a full circle we would have come.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Chuck is a stupid
By the
face.
way, so I guess the point we're making here, we're looking for wow sightings, not cock sightings. We're looking for girls that are showing their beautiful breasts to you, the truckers and the businessmen and whoever the fuck you are out there.
Right.
Big areolas, maybe. Don't
If you're
you
seeing
love that?
if you're seeing cock on the highway, keep it to yourself, please. Let's not whip it out Wednesday.
Keep it under your hat. I think that's what I was trying to say.
That's right. We want to hear about the luscious cans that you're seeing out
Called
there.
G-Rock Radio for your cock sightings.
All right. Let's see what the FU line's doing today.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Fuck the Yankees and the Red Sox. There's a big FU goes out to all the Yankee fans. Fuck you. Your fucking team sucks. Yeah, I got a big fuck you for New York City. The town that never fucking sleeps, and you can't find any fucking apple cake for Anthony, the whiner. Jesus Christ, somebody bake a fucking apple cake and shove it in his mouth and quit bitching about it. I just want to send a big F-U to Gutter King. You fucking suck, Joe. Your fucking products suck. You stink. Hey, how you doing? This is Rich from Philly. I just want to give a big fuck you to the Boston Red Sox fans and the fucking team. Fuck you guys. You guys suck. You got taken down by a fucking team that hasn't won a goddamn series in fucking what? Almost 84 years? Ha 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 ha! Yeah, White Sox. Beat the Red Sox. You guys fucking suck. Another fucking 86 years, you assholes. Ha ha ha! Fuck you!
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much.
The Opie and Anthony virus. Get infected.
Then we just saw Dice doing earthquake
coverage
on Fox News.
Hey, Fox News! I'm working for Fox now.
It's more of a visual, I understand, but the reporter looked just like Dice, and Anthony went off.
Oh, my
during the
God.
commercial.
I was over at the comedy club, but I'm at Fox. I'm over here now. I'm over here now doing the earthquake coverage.
Weren't you running a gym for a while?
Yeah, I was at a gym. I was running the gym, then the comedy, but I'm over here now on Fox News. There was, I don't know, something shook, something fell on some poor bastards, and now some dark people are trying to dig each other out. Back to you in the studio over there. Because I'm over here.
I would watch that every night, actually.
Would you watch it? The guy, I don't know what the reporter's name is.
Fly him all over the country for the latest disaster.
But if that guy didn't look exactly like Dice doing the friggin' news from earthquake-riddled Afghanistan.
He just needed the bedazzled jacket.
I got my jacket on. Look, I'll turn around and show people. It'll cheer them up. I'll do some jokes over here. Hey, you in the rubble. Hey, over here now. Pay attention. So I'm on the line at the bank, and I got my tongue up this chick's ass. Oh! Hey, what are you, dying on me? Wake up, you. Hey, Haji. Wake up! What's with Chinese people driving? You could blindfold them with dental floss. Oh! Hey, pull the rock on him. He's enjoying himself. Just pull a rock off him so he could see me. Hickory dickory dock. That child got crushed by a rock. Oh!
Why are you holding your dick?
Well, he's actually
He likes this song. A lot.
Hi, Mitch.
You like this song, Bubby? Bad boy Bubby. Where's my bad boy Bubby?
Where's Anthony's bad boy
Where
Bubby?
is it? Bad boy
Steve's
Jimmy. I wanted him, because you know me. I sprint out of here so quickly at 11. If it's not... Steve has to be holding it like the people hold water for marathon runners on the way to the elevator, so I can grab it and leave.
Are we watching Bad Boy Bubby tonight for a full review tomorrow?
Tonight? The second I get home, it goes in the DVD player.
Somehow I'm going to watch it as well, and we'll have a full report tomorrow on the program.
Very good. Lindsay can take one. She understands, right? She'll sit and watch, right?
I don't know. She was the one that had the problem with it last night.
Maybe she was just mad at the erection she saw forming in your pants.
Oh, here it is. Bad Boy Bubby.
Is there another one?
I think Steve might have gotten one for you.
Oh, Steve's
the
a
reason
good
that mine
boy.
wasn't in the studio for the past couple
Everyone
of hours.
will have a copy.
Everyone will have
Bad
Bad Boy Bubby.
Oh, is Steve burning them again? Okay, good.
Poor motherfucker's probably eating dirt in Australia somewhere. Can't even throw him a couple of bucks.
No, actually, someone ran out and
bought
got
it.
copies.
Oh,
That's right.
No,
Yeah, we found a little DVD shop.
Australian DVD shop down the road.
Yeah, a little place on 49th Street and Madison.
Yeah, that's where it was. Right.
Sometimes he'll say things like, "Hey, whatever you want, I can get. I burn them and sell them."
Yeah. A big gym bag on the corner. I think he said, "Shut the fuck."
Yeah, he just makes his eyes look Chinese, and he gets away with it, so he's fine. No one knows it's actually
Have you
him.
seen this movie, Bad Boy Bubby? It's a wonderful motion picture. It's a love between a mother and a son. It's wonderful. Fantastic.
Bubby from Munaki.
Bubby from Munachi. You know, it reminds me of when I sat and talked with Joan Crawford once, many years ago. Shut up. You know, I met Groucho Marx and Anthony Cumia on the same day. From Munachi.
Let's say hi to Larry in New Mexico. Larry?
Larry.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you, there ain't nobody that makes me laugh more on this fucking earth than Jimmy.
Larry!
That's it.
Jim Norton?
Thank you.
Wasn't he great on fucking Leno the other night?
He was unbelievable.
Thank you, Larry.
Unbelievable.
And cute as a button.
He knocked it out of the ballpark.
Right.
I tell you what, I get more out of him listening to him on the radio, but God, I can't wait till the 21st to watch him on HBO.
There you go,
thank you,
HBO, Jim Norton's half-hour
Wow,
comedy
this
special.
guy's good.
Very good.
What a fat pig I look like.
Jimmy,
Yes,
there's
sir.
a good blowjob for you this morning, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
He slobbered on it.
You're a good boy, Larry.
Well, I guess this would be a good time to get into the Jim Norton, Bill Burr campaign that's been going on secretly behind the scenes.
I didn't know that they were running for the office of the seat.
That's right.
And then the campaign is turned as ugly as the New Jersey campaign.
That's right. And before we start, because we realize there's a lot of dummies out there that listen to this program, okay, and they're going to start rumors if they hear something differently here. That's
Not
Jim
the
Norton.
rumor.
That's Jim Norton's seat.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jim Norton's seat until he tells us to go fuck ourselves and goes to Hollywood full time.
Or until Bill comes back into town.
Well, Bill will be here Monday.
All right.
But let's not mistake anything here. It's Jim Norton. It's Opie. It's Anthony. It's Jim Norton. Bill Burr becoming huge as far as his show goes, and we need to do that because we lost a lot of our comedian friends in our time off. They could all go fuck themselves, quite frankly.
Wow.
And Bill Burr is stepping in and filling that void quite nicely.
We have a comedian fucko list.
Remember the days we had Jim Brewer on a lot and Louis Black on a lot? And Jay Moore, who's still a friend of the show.
Jay
He's just
Moore
not,
is a huge friend of the show.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to throw him on any list.
No,
he just doesn't participate as much as he used to right now. That's all.
He's banging Nikki Cox till 4 in the morning, and he dozes off. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he doesn't have time for comedy. He's effing and sucking and whatever.
He's a busy guy.
And then Dice, he's kind of on the fence, but he hasn't really done.
I'm on the fence.
He hasn't done anything for the show.
I'm on the fence over here. I can't climb my big fat ass over it to get over there where you guys are.
So before we get into this controversial bit that we're about to start here, let's let it be known that that's Jim Norton's seat. He'll tell us when he's done. We don't tell Jim he's done. He'll tell us.
I tell them.
Right.
But we should back up and start with the Doug Forrester thing, because then it'll make sense with the Bill Burr, Jim Norton thing. All right?
I was passed over. I had the seat first.
That's the way Ope wanted it. That ain't the way I wanted it. Oh, God, take Bob Kelly to the airport. Let Jim do some Mickey Mouse sticker stop in Ronkonkoma.
You think all your comedian friends behind the scenes are all secretly talking like, Jimmy's going to be in L.A. full time soon, and
secretly,
I actually think I have a shot at that microphone in the studio.
I think my stupid friends who like will read message boards should realize that it is their guest seat that has been swiped. These dummies, they're all happy, like, it's funny, he's doing good. It's like, hey, shithead, guess who would have been in if he wasn't so good? You dummies.
Jim's gonna hold the seat like the Pope.
I'm fucking going nowhere. Believe me, even if they fire me, I'll just fucking keep coming out my
keep
car and
showing
sit
up
here for free. Just
go ahead, do the show. I'm not leaving.
Go ahead. I'll just plug my gigs quietly while you're on commercial. I don't give a shit.
So it all started with Doug Forrester versus John Corzine.
The
New Jersey governor race. We're looking for you guys to send in your local politicians going at it with each other on local TV, by the way. We have a great one. I mean, the commercials are still, every night, they're all over the TV. Just killing each other.
It's all mudslinging. They use, like, the dramatic music, like movie trailer drama music, horror music, for their opponent, as they show him in grainy black and white slow motion video, looking very evil and looking like if you elect him, something awful's going to happen. And then they show whoever the commercial's for. All of a sudden, it's in color. It's nice. He's with his family. The nice, pleasant music is playing. And that's obviously used to sway your opinion of one of the people or the other. And it's dishonest.
Yeah.
Instead of just talking about your credits, you bash the other guy, make him look bad.
And then in the end, they thank the other person. What?
I just, as Anthony was saying that, I would love to see a political campaign that was just like completely honest.
Yeah.
Like so and so, his wife's a cunt.
All right, here's one of the commercials.
Property taxes are outrageous.
I'm fed up with the high property taxes.
Only Doug Forrester has a plan to cut property taxes 30% in 3 years.
More relief for more people. That's the Forrester plan.
John Corzine, he's voted 133 times for higher taxes.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe anything will change under Corzine.
Corzine won't change New Jersey. Doug Forrester will.
I'm a Democrat who's voting for Doug Forrester.
We need Doug Forrester.
All right, so there you go.
That was pretty basic commercial. That's the people commercial where you go out to the people.
That's a good place to begin. Yes?
But you know what Doug Forrester's plan was about lowering the property taxes? You let you kick a bunch of people out, and you allow a bunch of, well, let's just say other people to move in. Property value goes down, lower taxes. I talked to Doug. Not a good plan.
That's not a good plan.
Here's
opening up Popeyes.
Here's the pro-Corzine commercial.
Question: who was the only candidate for governor who has ever raised property taxes? Answer:
Forrester.
Doug Forrester. In fact, the only time Forrester had any control over property taxes, he raised them 200%. John Corzine has proposed a real plan to lower property taxes. It increases property tax rebates by 40% over the next 4 years. And it's paid for by cutting waste, controlling spending, and growing New Jersey's economy. John Corzine. Honest, effective, experienced.
I like that because it's not vague. By growing the economy.
Yeah. Well,
that's specific.
Obviously, he doesn't want to raise taxes. That's like his platform. And he's saying he's not going to raise taxes. He's just going to do these things. But in those things are things that are going to be horrible for you. Cutting services. Like all of a sudden now your garbage is getting picked up 1 day a week. It's just all those little things. The potholes in the road aren't getting fixed. The taxes do go somewhere.
So I don't know who to vote for now. I get confused with this.
I like that Forrester guy, just for the fact that he probably had the ballsiest awful commercial.
Well, the next one's really good because it's the conga line of corruption.
Yeah.
Listen to this one, Jimmy.
There's a conga line of corruption and waste in New Jersey. Conservative businessman Doug Forrester will take a big broom and sweep it clean. The Forrester Plan, an independent elected state auditor to fight corruption and waste in government. Cut property taxes. A supermajority in the legislature to stop politicians from raising taxes. The politicians created this mess. A strong businessman will clean it up. Doug Forrester for governor.
Doug Forrester wants to get rid of the Jews that are stealing your jobs.
Can I tell you about all I was listening to? Like, I was registering the words, but the musical background was atrocious. It was just so inconsistent. It's like a little soft piano and then boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
Well, that's how they do it. And then the nice little plink, plink.
Yeah.
That piano is just reserved for retard videos, like retard documentaries and cancer hospital commercials. That's pretty much the only time that the little plinky piano should be played when you're trying to run for office.
What about the flight of the bumblebee?
That's what they should play during these commercials.
Is that what that is, the flight of the bumblebee?
That's that fast one, yeah.
It's called Flight of the Bumblebee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine the flight of Ben's hog. It just clank, clank, clank.
Lumbering. Boom, boom.
Phantom of the Opera would have to play it. Heavy, awful organ.
Ben's hog music.
No, Ben's cock music. Every time his zipper comes down, it goes bum, 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 bum. And he doesn't have to take it out. Ben just unzips it, and the head wriggles itself out and looks around.
I'm no kin to a rhinoceros.
My God, it's Yul Brenner. What, dude?
Yeah, here's Ben's hog music. What's it called?
Baby elephant walk.
Baby elephant walk. I gotta use this urinal.
All right. Because while he's talking, that mischievous penis has lowered itself and is now taking hay and shoveling it up. Ben doesn't even notice it's doing it.
Takes water out of the urinal and sprays it down his back.
That's why his hair's always messy. His cock is always spraying urinal water on it.
Picks up the urinal cake and tries to eat it.
He doesn't know. He's on the phone. His cock is trying to put the urinal cake in his mouth. And he still just keeps talking. Psycho camera.
I'm ready.
All right.
Anyway,
where is he? I love looking at him get all upset.
He just shakes his head.
He's just shaking it. I can see his head.
He just shakes his head.
All you see is the back of a baseball cap, but where the little things that adjust, where you can see they've been broken, and you have the big piece of tape connecting the back pieces. The regular hat won't fit. Ben's got a big head. Ben's a good boy.
I think we got the Dem Bosses commercial.
Ah, this is a good one.
It's a very disturbing pattern. Tapes released by the Attorney General make it clear John Corzine is too close to the most powerful Democrat bosses to bring the change New Jersey demands. On the tapes, Boss Norcross said,
"Yesterday morning, I'm up in Summit in John Corzine's home having breakfast, and I talk to the guy once a week.
The pattern is very clear. Corzine's self-described political mentor, Bob Torricelli, was forced to resign in disgrace. And Corzine even partnered with now-convicted Democrat donor Charles Kushner to buy the Nets. Kushner is going to jail. Listen again to Dem Boss Norcross.
In the end, the McGreevy's, the Corzines, they're all going to be with me. They have no choice.
New Jersey, you have a choice. Listen to Republican Doug Forrester.
This is Doug Forrester. We need a big change in New Jersey. We've got to break the cycle of bosses and corruption. That's the first step to reducing spending and cutting your taxes. They're all tied together.
Character, courage, conviction. Doug Forrester for governor. Paid for by Forrester for
What
governor.
a horrible lying commercial.
I love Doug.
I love that guy.
Little piano music. Democrats. They fuck children.
They made it sound like he was involved with some kind of organized crime. They use bosses as like everyone knows, you know, the head of the family is the boss, a mob boss. They use that word. They use the grainy kind of staticky audio tape, and him talking like he's got Corzine in his pocket.
Is that
like
real
so
audio?
many judges, so many nickels. You got to let Corzine draw from the well.
Yeah, if that's just nickels and dimes too. Salute, Doug Forrester. Salato's mouth opening. I'm the hunted one. Open. You think too much of me, kid. Open.
Is that
not that good?
Is that real audio?
I don't know. He goes, listen what this guy, whoever his name is, said. They didn't say here's a tape of him. They just said listen what he said.
Right.
And then maybe they were reading a transcript or something.
I bet that's actual audio that they kind of like fixed with, so it sounds like a wiretap.
So it sounds like a wiretap.
Yeah.
It's underhanded.
Oh, I see.
Dem bosses.
Dave in Houston.
Hey, how's it going?
How about those Astros?
Yeah, fuck the Astros.
Just want to sound, local.
Yeah.
That's right. They teach you that in broadcasting school. How about those Astros?
Yeah.
30 minutes past the hour.
Oh, very good.
Exactly. Now, I'm a trucker on the road here. Just had me passing through Houston. I think he just found Ben's walk-on music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Very good. You know what? We got to explain that to Jimmy. Time to go off on a slight tangent here. Eric, could you leave the... Don't play it as he's leaving. Eric, could you leave the studio?
Mm-hmm.
This happened since you've been gone, Jimmy. You've missed so much as far as the show goes.
Opie.
This was going on for like 2 straight weeks. Every time Eric walked into the studio, this is what you would hear. All right, Eric, we need you for something.
Look how gay. Is that the worst walk-on music ever?
Awful.
But he's such a Paula Abdul fan that
that
has to be his walk-on music.
We learned that, so. All right, Eric, you having a good time today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks, Eric. Why don't you leave the studio?
Look, he tries not to walk to the music.
Yeah, but he can't help it.
It's all awkward.
His shoulders move. Stop trying to stiff walk, homo. We know you love it.
All right, come back in the studio because I do need you to my left here.
Yeah.
You're right, he is trying to walk.
He is not trying to be in time with the music.
He's walking like the butler from Arthur. Follow me, walk this way.
Walk this way.
Derek came up with this, and
walk that way.
And there were times like he would try to sneak back into the studio, and we'd be in the middle of some crazy like discussion or bit, and the music would start up and fuck us all up. So I guess we got Ben's walk-on music now. We'll try that.
Yeah, we'll try that one.
Ben's never going to come back in the studio now. We have one more of these political ads, and then we do the Bill and Jimmy thing. That's where we're heading with this, guys. Because a bunch of people saying, hey, you did this already.
Yeah.
Is Doug Forrester mainstream or extreme?
Extreme.
Let's take a look.
Right.
Just like George Bush, he opposes embryonic stem cell research. He supported the Bush tax breaks for the wealthiest that have led to cuts in funding for education, special education, and health care here in New Jersey. He wants to make taxpayers rather than corporate polluters pay for the cleanup of toxic waste.
Right.
Doug Forrester. He's George Bush's choice for governor. Is he yours?
And George Bush is an asshole. Trying to tie him in with Bush because Bush's approval rating going down the shitter, so it's like he's George Bush's candidate. He wants taxpayers to pay for toxic waste. What?
Cleanup?
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't want big corporation. So a corporation could just dump toxic waste on your lawn and go, you pay for it, fucko.
I'm ready for a change. I'm tired of Bush.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
All they would have had to do is come up with someone better than Kerry.
Yeah.
And they fucked that whole thing
Or
up.
this time, just get
Good
somebody
luck.
really good. Republicans are in trouble.
Eli from Columbia.
Eli's calling.
Columbia.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, Ben's walk-on music has got to be the theme from 2001.
Why? Because it's just so huge?
Yeah.
And monolith-like? Monolithic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Bill's not shaving.
No.
That means he's ready to kill again.
Holy gee, yeah. Yeah, I got my hunting beard on.
Intern Bill has not shaved. Something bad's
What
going to
a
happen to
friggin'
somebody.
mountain man. He's a little guy with a huge goddamn Grizzly Adams beard.
That's a 2-day growth.
That's 2 days, right.
All right. So now we get into the Jimmy Norton versus Bill Burr thing. That Steve and, Danny came up with the idea, and Steve and Danny threw these together, right? All of you guys? I'm sorry, all of you guys. Wow, I know you.
What is that little... What's Fiona Applebody doing here?
Hey,
remember him?
I remember you.
That little wave.
What's his name? Sam!
I Am Sam.
I Am Sam is here.
Just ignore him when he comes in.
Remember him? Yeah. Very cool.
We didn't say come in here. We just said we remember you.
Oh, what?
Go in there, go in there, go in
No,
there.
we just want to acknowledge that we remember you.
Hi.
Oh.
How's school?
Good.
All right, good.
Look how big you didn't get.
Dude, what about the family tree thing? We got into that with you. We started that, and like, what happened? The family tree. Have you come closer to realizing anything about that, or no?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
You're still related to Thomas Jefferson?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
School good. School good.
School. All right. What have you been up to?
I'm
no one cares.
Oh,
we really don't.
I mean,
no. Any broadcasting though?
I'm
no
one
Shut
gives a
up.
shit.
Enough.
How do you do? I'm Sam.
you all.
There you go.
Dude,
Sam.
grab this.
He interned for us, I don't even know, 3-4 semesters ago by now? We've had 30 guys come through since Sam.
Hi, this is Sam.
Oh, God, stop it.
All right, so there's a campaign going on. There's a Jim Norton, Bill Burr thing happening.
You dick.
It's the same guy.
Exactly. So you want to hear the pro-Jimmy?
The pro-Jimmy ad.
Political ad? All right, here it is.
In his act, Bill Burr laughs about mushing an old lady's homemade muffins at a street fair. Bill Burr also thinks women are a black hole for fun. Jim Norton loves women. In fact, he even pays for their company all the time. Jim Norton for Third Mic. Paid for by the fans of Jim Norton.
I like that. The good, nice music kicks in. With that evil Bill Burr music.
All right, here's a pro-Bill Burr campaign ad.
Escorts, urine, pornography. These are only a few things Jim Norton enjoys. Jim Norton has even fantasized about jerking off his girlfriend's father. If he is elected Third Mic, who's to say he won't fantasize about jerking off your father? Bill Burr would never rape your family. Bill Burr for Third Mic. Paid for by fans of Bill Burr.
Really funny.
Oh, is that awful?
Well, now I got to vote for Bill Burr, obviously.
And that isn't even wrong.
Right.
That isn't even dishonest.
Right.
He actually did fantasize about that.
Well, the fantasy part's not accurate. I would just do that to kind of gross her out.
You guys got to come
out
up
the
with
girl.
You got to come up with more. Here's a pro-Jimmy campaign ad.
Bill Burr hates gays and opposes gay marriage. Do you want a closed-minded fascist as your Third Mic? Jim Norton frequently visits the transgendered communities. Jim Norton has offered free rides to many transsexuals. Jim Norton for Third Mic. Paid for by the fans of Jim Norton.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I don't know about that. Could be.
And finally, one more for Bill Burr.
Question. Who's the only Third Mic guest on the Opie and Anthony show to tell an XM subscriber to, quote, flush his XM down the toilet and fuck his mother? Answer, Jim Norton.
I don't care if you throw your XM down the toilet, buy a Sirius, and then fuck your mother.
Bill Burr has had nothing but nice things to say, like good morning and thanks for calling. Bill Burr. Caring. Gentle. Redhead. Bill Burr for Third Mic. Paid for by the fans of Bill Burr.
That was very funny.
I love the music change.
Well, that's absolutely true. You did tell that person to flush his XM down the toilet and fuck his mother.
Well, Elo sat right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was right next to you
Yes,
that day.
he was.
You know that we probably gained thousands of listeners that day? Thousands.
Of course.
We turned thousands of listeners into fans after that rant. All right, we're going to take a break. Stalker Patty's here.
Wonderful.
She was on Maury Povich yesterday, so we'll see what that's all about. Also, Katie Holmes, pregnant, Tom Cruise.
Katie the Wad Holmes, yes.
And guess what? Katie Holmes may have a silent childbirth.
Yeah, I've been reading about this. Scientologists seem to be into this whole thing.
How about after the break we get into it, and then we'll do the Stalker Patty as well, okay?
Silent childbirth.
Silent childbirth next on the O&A show.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
I like it as much as the next guy. This is really funny stuff.
Yeah, we.
But are we now alleging that this is Pat O'Brien?
Imus is playing him as well. We just
Imus is playing it?
Yeah, but he can't play him like we're playing him.
Yeah, I gotta edit all the fun stuff out.
You
a
just
bunch
imagine.
of bleeps and bloops.
Right.
Yeah. Here's Pat O'Brien talking about boop job. This stinks. Wish I was on satellite. I'm no dummy. Don't talk to me like that. I'm Imus. Yeah, satellite. You were right. I'm a dick. Boy, I like to eat your pussy.
You can't
suck my cock. I'll lick your tits and yeah, baby. Yeah, so just wink at me when I'm walking by or something. If I tip my cowboy hat at you, it means I want to fuck you. I'm in the morning. Yeah,
Jesus, dude, that's a really good impression.
When I have my look, I want to jiggle my turkey neck at you. All right, look, I'm gonna teabag you, and my testes hang real low because I'm an old man. And if you want that, just wink at me, baby, because I want to lick that pussy and suck those tits, baby, baby.
Well, we weren't coming to get you.
I want to do a Billy Saul Hargis bit while you suck my cock. Moby Worm's coming to get you out of my pants.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Bam-bam! Let's say hi to Dan in Arizona. Dan, what's going on today?
Hey, man, nothing, man. Just driving to work.
All right.
Love your program, man. There's nothing much to listen out here in Arizona.
Oh. And we care why?
I care why?
Opie, Dan is the man. That's why we should care.
Dan, how nice is it in Arizona today?
You know what? It's I think it's about 78, 79.
That's nice.
All right, listen.
Beautiful, beautiful day.
I am making a pledge to Don Wicklin. Mm-hmm. Anthony and I'm dead serious. This is not a bit.
Uh-oh.
We do not want to broadcast from New York City in January.
No.
Figure it out.
Here's what we need.
Figure it out.
We need places to stay.
Separate condos.
Right. Condos or something.
Where we could bring our own shit.
Right. We need separate condos, very close to the broadcast facility, so the commute isn't bad, in a very warm climate. Yeah. Yes,
no, I'm listening to you, but I have a suggestion as to where.
Very warm climate that we can broadcast from comfortably for a long period of time.
I want to be out of New York for the whole month of January.
Dude, it's obvious.
Good. Maybe even longer.
This XM thing. We're a national program. There's no reason to be here in January.
January and February, 2 months.
Well, I would like 2 months, but let's see if he can pull off 1 month.
The only problem is
where would you go? West Palm? Where do we have facilities? West Palm Beach.
Yeah, either Florida or
Nashville, which is still cold.
No, Nashville's still fucking cold.
Not as cold as this though.
No, still cold.
We have a studio in Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Where's that?
Between West Palm and Fort Lauderdale.
Ooh.
That is perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect.
All right, that's where we broadcast
That's
from.
where we broadcast starting
Kick
January.
everyone out of that facility.
And make it happen. Make it happen.
That's right.
We want to meet our Florida listeners.
And not a quick thing where we have to schlep in a hotel for a week. It's not a cute 1 week thing. We need, like, permanent facility. That's how it's got to be set up, so we can stay there for a length of time.
For the month of January, condos near a beach. Yes.
What's the scale on that map? Is it right on the beach?
Looks like it's within a couple miles, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's where we want to be.
Go to the Legend.
Deerfield Beach, Florida. That's where your pals will be for the month of January.
What's the temperature there right now?
Yeah, Eric.
Get me a weather report stat, Eric.
Deerfield.
I want to know what the temperature is like. What is the temperature there in January? I want to know what the temperature is there in January.
Get it for him, Hawk. He doesn't like to wait.
Let's say hi to Roger in D.C. as we get the temperature for Anthony. Roger?
Hey, what's up, guys? Why don't you just broadcast from L.A. for the next couple months so Jimmy can be there?
I'll tell you why they can't, because of the time difference, dude. It's the only problem.
80 degrees right now?
It's
Hey,
80
thanks anyway,
degrees
guys.
in our new home, Anthony.
Right now, 80. We would be in 80-degree weather right now.
In our new home. But in January, it must get down to what? 70, high 60s maybe? Although
Even
it
that,
is still early, so 80 degrees might be 90 degrees
How
today.
far from Fort Lauderdale is that? Fort Lauderdale, you guys have some listeners, man.
Yeah, point out Fort Lauderdale on the map.
Point it out for him.
Please.
Hawk.
Come on there, Hawk.
Come on.
Zoom out.
Yeah, keep fucking around, Hawk. Take your time.
Well, it's near Boca.
Fort Lauderdale's right here.
And where are we? Holy crap, we're close to Fort Lauderdale.
About 20 minutes.
Which means we're close to South Beach.
Which means you got a lot of box running in and out of that studio.
All right.
Tits flopping.
All right,
Wow.
so there it is. Project ONA. We will be broadcasting in January from Deerfield Beach.
What is
Normal
that facility?
high in January, 75 degrees.
75? We found where we're going.
Just make it
That's
happen.
it. Make it happen. Condos.
Oh, by the way, the whole staff, too.
Yeah, we need the whole staff.
Oh, yeah, you guys ain't staying here.
Stop it.
Any comedy clubs around there? Yeah, but I mean where I can do spots on a nightly basis. There has to be one. Oh, Boca Nuts.
We'll find a chuckle hut for Jimmy.
Yeah.
We would
find a giggles.
You guys are going to have to share a condo, though. All right, they'll share a condo.
Be like a dorm room.
One twin bed.
We need 3 condos type of. We need a real living environment. We can't be living out of a hotel. That would be just awful.
No, we're fancy. We need a real place.
That's right.
And then those guys can,
Don listens.
be a frat
He's
house.
listening right now. Trust me, Don, this is not a bit. This is what we want for January. We started talking about this last winter, and we said to ourselves, we don't want to be stuck in New York in January.
The cold makes us cranky.
That's right, and we want a happy show.
Happy show is a successful show.
We've decided to do happy shows from now on.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do a happy show in Deerfield. We're not going to get many guests, but who cares? We'll interview the locals.
Who cares? Yeah. There's a bevy of guests right outside that studio door, I bet, that isn't being taken advantage of.
Fort Lauderdale, you'd be surprised. You got people going through Fort Lauderdale, man. That's a pretty big place as far as entertainment goes.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do just fine. Make it happen.
Plenty of gay people.
In Fort Lauderdale?
Right?
I don't know. I thought it was all chicks.
Hawk?
Or gals.
Boy, I'm so disappointed I didn't know where the gay people were. Hawk, where are the gay people? In Florida.
Don't act like you don't know. Where
you
are
know
they?
Florida like the back of your hand.
Exactly.
Right.
You know Florida like the
Where
back
is
of your
it?
head.
Down in Miami.
Miami?
What part, though?
That I don't know.
Fort Lauderdale doesn't have gays? Never had a gay reputation?
Oh, Fort Lauderdale's hot.
Yeah, a lot of chicks,
A lot
man.
of girls in there.
Yeah.
Beautiful girls.
Beautiful girls.
That's where spring break used to be. So that's all.
Wonderful.
Uh-oh, Deerfield Beach sucks.
Oh,
Jeff in
yeah.
Florida. What's
Is it
wrong? What's
better
wrong
than
with
Jones Beach?
Deerfield?
Deerfield sucks, man. The accommodations are horrid. You got any stations around Pensacola or even Panama City? Hell, even go to Tampa and kick the crap out of Lex and Terry, but stay out of Deerfield. That's the armpit of the South.
You don't understand. No matter how bad Deerfield Beach sucks, it's better in January than any beach on Long Island.
Yeah, that's probably true. I figured if you wanted plush accommodations, go to someplace other than Deerfield Beach. Go farther down south, like South Beach or something like that. But you're getting right into West Palm and Deerfield Beach. It's really, the accommodations aren't 5-star, which you guys deserve.
West Palm is not bad though. I've done the Improv there. They put you up in a really nice hotel.
We got to figure this out. For
Yeah.
the month of January, we
Watch
hit the
out,
road. How about we hit the road with tour buses? We
No.
got to do something.
No tour bus.
Tour buses.
I will not go on a bus
How about
and do things on a bus.
2 separate buses?
Nope.
The
I will not be on
the
a
people that
fucking
like you
bus.
and the people that like me.
Nope.
In other words, I will
Jesus.
have a bus to myself.
Oh, Jesus.
You'd be fucking hula hooping in there alone.
No. We
Just me
need...
thanking you on the PA from Ant's bus.
Thank you, Opie. Wonderful.
Dude, you changed my life. I'll talk to you in a bit. I have to go. I'll be right back.
Condos.
What happened? You
Oh,
got
no.
Oh, do I?
Get the mic.
Yeah, I'll bring the phone.
Bring the phone.
What, you're going to
No,
tell
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
Could be. Could be a winner.
No, it can't be. I could just tell you this. I can feel it in my intestines. It's like stew.
Okay, call up.
It's not going to be a photograph. This is not going to be a photo op. This is going to be This is going to be a levee break.
Wait, I'm thinking about a dump off. I'm feeling confident right now.
Oh,
myself.
no.
Wait, let me jump up and down.
Anything? Got something? Something cooking?
It sucks that all my bits are very funny, but they're visual.
Opie is jumping up and down right now, just trying to see if he
I
can
don't
loosen
know.
that log.
No, I think you're on your own. I don't want a dud.
Yeah,
I can try, but
you'd be pushing and straining, and then you hear a little plink as one of your pebble shits falls out.
Dude, take a picture because it could be in the running.
It won't be.
It really could be because we're not only looking for size. It's being judged across all kind of levels.
I'll tell you where the dumps are going to come when I go back to L.A. next week because the trailer, the bathroom, the way they have this is like one of those. It's a waterless. There's water, but like when you shit at first, if there's no water, you have to step on a little. Right. So what happens is sometimes you get meat piles in your thing. It really is awful. It's really unpleasant.
And then you got to wait for the trap door.
Does it have a little trap door that works with a foot pedal?
Yeah, exactly. Foot pedal.
So now, if you got a lot of dump on it, you could feel the resistance in the foot pedal as it tries to slide from the bottom of the dump.
It looks like a cue ball, and then it moves out of the way, and the dump collapses in, and the water comes and washes the side.
Right, a little ball valve.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when it goes back, the ball valve is filthy because it has log on it.
Yeah, it's a little streak on it.
When you have to dump in that situation, you realize how smelly and awful.
Oh, without the water?
Your waste really is.
Back in the day, it was spackle buckets.
The water really does save it. It still is bad, but, man, without that water, wow. All right,
really
Jimmy's
does stink like
out.
an animal. Here he goes. He's finishing his coffee before he goes in.
If I could wait, I'd wait, but I could just feel it.
All right,
let her rip and get on the phone.
Wait, get on the phone right now before you leave the studio.
Yeah, get on the phone because it's going to start really percolating when you go to sit down.
Well, I got to take my sweatshirt off too. I'm nuts when I shit.
He's nuts when he. What do you go like? What do you work out?
Yeah.
I mean, on the bowl as you're taking a dump.
No, I just don't. My greatest fear when I'm taking a dump, it's a really weird one, is that I'm gonna my shirt. I have to pull my shirt up. Under my arms, like my back has to be completely bare. I'm so afraid that I'm gonna get duty on the back of my shirt.
Duty on the back of your shirt and be as shamed as Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh please. Yeah.
Call the hotline.
Oh please. That was my remark. Oh please.
Oh please. Good gosh.
Do we want a spotter?
I can call in.
I don't think you'd want
I don't
anybody
want a guy in there.
No.
I can't dump with a guy in there. How are you supposed to shit with a guy in there and sitting there with a...
All right, we'll call right now.
Take the phone, get good acoustics right in the crotch area so it's nice and echoey.
Yeah, I want him to call...
Do you realize on every other show, let me just point this out, I would have to excuse myself. I got to use the facilities. You guys would go, all right, just come back.
Yeah.
But on this show, it's make sure you get the phone by your asshole so the country can hear it.
We need to hear your pain.
It might not be loud, though. I'm not going to promise.
Well, you never know. It's a crapshoot.
It is.
Cut it out.
You got to use muscles, that quick little blast of muscles.
Oh, right.
You got to work it a little bit.
Help it out.
All right, also on the show today, we got Stalker Patty.
Patty had her big makeover?
Yeah, she's anxiously waiting to come in here.
Is she working today? Usually she would have had to have been in work, I guess.
I don't know. It's a big day. She's now a TV star.
She had her makeover on the Maury Povich show. It was videotaped yesterday.
Right.
Word from the producers of the show, it came out great. They loved it, and they will tell us when it airs.
Right.
But they gave her a whole makeover.
Jimmy?
All right. I'm trying to find a clean stall here. This is the one I'm going into right now. Hold on. It has a little bit of it has like a little log mark on the bottom. Now I got to paper the seat.
Oh, you paper?
You bet I do.
I don't paper. I saw a whole show where toilet seats don't have as much germs on them as like almost everything else you touch on a daily basis.
No, it's the pee that I'm worried about. I don't want to sit in someone's tinkle. You hear me?
Yeah. Your logic is dumb.
I know. I'm not
the
saying
stuff you do in your apartment with these ladies.
Well,
and now you're papering the toilet seat.
Hold on. All right, let me see. I don't know what this is going to be.
All right.
Did you get any of that?
Oh, God. The bottom dropped out.
That's what I call Never mind. I had a silent childbirth.
God.
Did you hear it?
Did we?
I think there's more in there.
All right, let's listen.
But unfortunately, there was no gas with it.
That's okay.
That was like...
It was warm borscht. All right, hold on.
All right.
I am push.
Okay.
I want to piss on my phone, though. Hold on.
Push.
God damn it. No, not yet.
Oh, God, is that disgusting?
Oh, you heard a little bit?
Yeah, I heard a little squeak.
I got a photo. I wish I had my camera for Pete's sake. You can't see anything, though. It looks like somebody dumped coffee with a couple of fava beans into the toilet.
Oh, did that sound horrible?
Oh, it really does.
Just that was a kerplunk.
It's like he dropped a tomato just directly into the bowl.
Like sauce. It definitely sounded like sauce. Like you were pouring sauce from the pot into Tupperware.
I'm trying to. You guys, I'll tell you if I got any more.
What do you say?
You guys, I don't want to.
We'll just continue and see. He'll tell us if he's got any more. He's got to just sit there.
Someone's walking in. Oh, great.
I'll say something.
What? Oh, thank you. Someone just handed me my camera. What a good boy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wow, that's what you call
it. It was somebody we know. That's why. I didn't know if Jimmy, if he was going to pull a gag on Jimmy or not.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want Jimmy to know it was one of our guys that walked in.
All right.
But it was just handing him the camera so he could take a picture.
Jim, you about done?
No. I'm sitting. I take a minute because I feel like, you know, you're sitting there and you can feel like a hefty weight in there, but it's working its way through the pipes.
Yeah.
Like in my cave, it's just seeping. It's seeping down to the fucking exit.
All right.
I got something else. Don't worry.
I don't know. To top that first one, you're going to need a lot.
Let me just try to push one more time.
All right, here we go.
I hope I don't hurt myself.
Don't hurt.
Nah, nothing. So you guys just do what you do. I'll listen. If I have anything, I'll just go, hey.
All right, well, we're going to talk about Katie Holmes. She's going to have a it's looking like she's going to have a silent childbirth.
Ooh.
According to Scientologist belief. We got some audio of this. Want to listen to it?
I think we just did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
The toilet.
Here we go.
When Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes announced they were expecting a child, speculation about the birth started immediately. The couple practices Scientology, where mothers are encouraged to perform silent births. That means no yelling or talking during the delivery. Even doctors are asked to keep quiet. And while the church doesn't ban painkillers, many mothers refrain from using them. What's usually a noisy delivery room was nearly silent when celebrity Scientologist Leah Remini documented her child's birth.
Quiet.
Actress Kelly Preston delivered her daughter this way and admitted to Redbook it wasn't easy. She said it got hardcore at the end because she was so big.
Stop
I changed
whining.
my mind and said, throw me in the car. I want an epidural. But Preston was too far along and had to give birth at home.
Jesus.
What the fuck is with the silent childbirth?
They want the women to give birth without screaming?
What bit of Scientology is that? What's the upside? He's got to have some kind of thing where it's like they say that you got to do this because.
I'm hoping.
Is it some trauma to the child?
That's
yelling?
That's what you got to figure. You want to bring him into the world in complete silence.
Oh,
what was that, Jimmy? 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 Jimmy?
What is that?
What is that?
I'm fiddling.
It sounds like you got a stone blocking. Blocking,
Oh. A little squishy girl sound.
You might want to have that checked.
It's coming out of his vagina.
It's like when you turn off the hose and you step on it and something comes out. By the way, Anthony, we started the childbirth audio thing.
Yeah.
We haven't received any yet.
Not a one.
Remember that?
People videotape their deliveries. We just want the audio portion of your wife during her giving birth.
We want to hear the screaming and yelling and the cursing.
Yeah, we don't want video of her.
That's real childbirth.
Yeah.
The cursing and the screaming and the
That's
carrying
what
on.
we want.
All right, more on the silent childbirth here.
Fellow Scientologist Brittany Wadhams refused painkillers and tried her best to stay quiet.
About a half an hour before pushing, that was when it got more difficult. And that was when I would have a contraction and I would start screaming.
Doctors who perform silent births say medically there's nothing wrong with the practice, but adhering to it might be impossible.
Many women, I would think, would be very, very difficult to maintain complete silence during delivery. It can be extremely uncomfortable physically, and there could be an emotional component that it'd be hard to be totally silent.
Officials here at the Church of Scientology say that a silent birth is practiced at the discretion of the parents and their doctor. It's believed that quiet in the delivery room can reduce trauma during birth and therefore prevent irrational fears later in life.
Prevent traumas in birth.
Well, there's a lot of people walking around, and they're just fine. And their moms scream like crazy there.
Yeah.
So what are they talking about?
Silent childbirth.
Stop making up shit.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
They're just making up
Sounds like
shit.
a bunch of...
What?
It sounds like a bunch of newfangled bunk.
They're just making up shit. They're developing
everything with that
They're
Scientology.
developing their religion in front of our eyes.
Yep.
I bet you this is what happened back in the day, though.
Yeah, because 2,000 years from now, it'll all sound perfectly rational.
It'll make sense.
Yeah, it'll make sense. But right now, it's cuckoo. It's plain cuckoo talk.
You know, thousands of years ago, they just sat around and said, all right, time to make up the rules.
Yeah.
Let's make up some rules.
Some rules, and here's what it is.
No meat on Friday.
All right.
That's a good one. All right. Let's write that down.
Jot that down.
Let's see. We got to populate this planet, so no birth control.
Yeah. Be fruitful.
Be fruitful, so we could populate this big rock that we live on.
Yeah.
What else?
Keep banging the neighbor's wife, and he keeps getting pissed at me.
Right.
Perhaps we shouldn't covet her. Don't covet thy neighbor's wife.
All right. Let's make that a rule. I like that one. What other rules for our new religion? That's how it came. That's how it came about. They just sat around.
Yeah.
Drank a little wine and then made up shit.
Making stuff up.
We got more audio here.
Asking doctors to go along felt awkward for Lawrence Woodcraft, a former member of the church. He was there when his daughters were born using the silent birth method.
To me, it was very strange and embarrassing, particularly asking medical staff and doctors to be quiet, and they're like, well, we had to do our job. So that was stressful and difficult.
Some Scientologists say the church has recommended counseling, known as auditing, for mothers who are unable to stay silent.
My goal was to do it as best as I could and to just know that, what I believed in, I tried to follow as closely as possible.
It's unknown whether Katie and Tom will choose a silent birth for their baby, but for Brittany, it meant giving her son a healthy start.
Oh, please.
You don't know shit. A healthy start.
Please.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right. Jimmy,
Stop it!
Yes.
You done, Jimmy?
Yeah, I just gave it the old flush.
All right, because we're getting ready to bring Stalker Patty in here.
Oh, that was lovely.
There it is. Silent childbirth. That's what the Scientologists are all about.
See you soon.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy. Jimmy will be back. Ow! In a minute here. Oh. How did that happen? You just said goodbye on the phone, and now I'm here.
I was already walking in, and I flushed while you guys were playing audio.
Do you got a picture?
Yeah.
Can I see it? We are having the dump contest.
Oh, this is nothing.
How about a little silence after the birth? SIDS. God's little practical joke.
Holy crap, Jimmy. Oh, my God. Look at this thing.
Oh! Jesus!
What?
Are you going to enter that one?
God. Nah, it's not. I took one yesterday. I took his photo, and I hope I...
How many photos do we have? So far, we only have Danny's. E-Rock has one? Who else? Well, no, Jimmy said he doesn't want to...
this one's not...
He's not handing that one in.
Oh. If they ever made a toilet bowl full of elk shit stew...
You see the little things...
That's what it would look like.
Floating around in there?
Yeah.
It looks like little pieces of... God, take a look.
No.
Don't be shy. Why is everyone so shy? Look, you can see like little pieces of black. That's probably stuff that scrapes off the wall of the colon.
Hey.
Looks like tea that's been steeping for a century.
I see Bourbon Street.
Yeah, it's an aerial shot. There's that awful.
Speaking of Bourbon Street, do we know? Mardi Gras returns in February.
Oh, yeah.
We
said, don't worry about it.
People thought we were nuts for even saying that on our show.
Everything will be back to normal.
The day or a couple days after Hurricane Katrina, we said, you watch, Bourbon Street, Mardi Gras will happen.
They're getting all that area taken care of. They're getting the city center with the buildings and everything and offices all together. It's those outlying areas where all the poor black people lived. Their houses will probably just be, bulldozed because it isn't worth fixing them up. And then they'll do something with that land. They'll probably do something that'll increase the value of it, and more wealthier people will move in, and they'll have a bigger, richer city.
Yeah, if you're a city, why would you quickly rebuild the ghetto?
You wouldn't. Yeah.
Wouldn't you just let it kind of sit there, knowing a lot of those people would just kind of give up?
They'll give up. They'll leave.
And they'll leave and go live somewhere else, and that helps the whole value of your city.
Bulldoze it over, and then you start building some stuff. And before you know it, you have a richer city.
All right. Anyway, hurricanes are old news. Anyway, it's all about the bird flu. And George Bush, we have a quick clip of him talking about the bird flu. And if we're ready.
Bird flu.
Well, it's the bird flu pandemic. I can't get it queued up, though. Oof. I can't get it queued up.
Oh, instant feedback's back? Hope so.
This is the actual photo.
I've missed you all. Fuckers.
Let's say hi to Turtle. Turtle!
What's up, boys?
Hi.
We were waiting for the Lord Opie, the Destroyer, to hand down the rules for his most holy church.
The Church of Opie, yes.
I don't even think you make up the rules for that.
No, that
Some
website.
Guy does.
That website is very creepy, I gotta tell you.
Scary gentleman.
I'm not sure what I think of the Church of Opie website yet.
Inline skate in peace, my lord.
But you know that's how religion started. They just sat around and made up rules. Made up things that made sense back in the day. And then we have to live with the same rules thousands of years later.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Whatever you do, they'll think is like the way the religion should be. Like they'll say, thou shalt only dump once a week. You can't dump. Like, you can only shit on a Tuesday between like noon and 3.
Wow, that would really suck.
You have to strain and bleed a little, or you're a heretic.
What you're hearing right now is us stalling because the clip will not queue up.
Clark,
what are we doing?
Dan's fixing it.
Uh-oh. Fixing it.
Clark
Okay.
Clifford is suggesting a new bit, assault on Scientology births. Run in at the moment of birth and scream, O&A on XM satellite radio.
Oh, yeah, we need one couple out there to be brave enough to send in the audio of the childbirth.
Exactly.
With the wife screaming and yelling.
Let's hear it.
We want to hear it.
Silent birth, I heard that. That was really annoying. That's what you want to hear. Just the sound of the vagina opening and the stupid head, that meaty sound it must make.
Well, what a great story that was in the paper about childbirth. There's a woman, she had 16 kids. She just had her 16th child. 16 in, I think, 18 years. And they asked her if she's going to have more, and she said yes, because if God wants me to, I will. It's God's will. Like a religious nut family that just keeps spitting kids out. Like, so self-important, they think the world is such a better place with 16 of their spawn running around. When, people are worried about, overpopulation.
When is Jesus coming back? Because he's got to update these rules.
Yeah. Stop with the be fruitful and multiply.
That's when there was not many people around. It made sense. You see
Had
what's
to
going on in
fill up.
China?
Chinese?
You can only have 2 kids.
Yeah, that's good.
You're only allowed 2 kids.
Good.
It's enough.
And the
Ought to
reason
do
is
that
because
here.
it's overpopulated.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth in general is overpopulated.
Yeah.
Where's Jesus? Where is he?
Jesus, please tell this woman to stop. Her vagina looks like the Scream mask. What does it look like after 16 kids come sliding down that spout?
After you dump in it, you probably have to push her feet up so it doesn't all leak out into her shoes.
Jesus, Jimmy.
All right, I came, feet tramp in the air. Let it seep in there.
Hold it in.
All right, we ready for the George Bush clip? We were talking about the bird flu.
What's going on?
I don't know. Let's see what the president. He's on top of things.
With the bird flu?
Yeah. He's all-knowing. He's our leader. Let's see what he's got to say about the bird flu.
This whole issue of a possible worldwide pandemic, this avian flu. 60 people have died in Asia so far. They're worried that if this comes here, by some estimates, this could claim millions of lives around the world.
Gonna need tiny little tissues.
After Hurricane Katrina.
Gonna need tiny little tissues for their little beaks. Gonna need little Dristan things that can fit in a little bird beak.
Little Theraflus.
Little Theraflu. Little NyQuil. I don't think they could drink a whole shot of that NyQuil stuff. We're going to have to finance, through some economic stimulus, little plastic cups that little birds can use. Maybe they'll dip in like those little things that take a couple of sips, bob down, and then bob back up again and fold the red fluid. Maybe that'll do. We'll just put a little NyQuil thing, and the birds can... Jackhole.
Around the world. After Hurricane Katrina, there are some people in this country who are worried. They're not sure who's in charge. Who do I turn to? Who's going to handle a major catastrophe in this country? Are you confident that this administration has a plan in place to handle something like that?
What does he say? What does he say here? Let's play. What does he say?
Now, he won't answer the question because he never does. So it's got to be, are you confident that we can handle a crisis like this?
Well, we got the Centers for Disease Control working on the problem.
He's going to talk about who's working on it, what's being done vaguely, but not answer the question, are we prepared?
Right now, the Centers for Disease Control working the bird flu.
That's what he's going to do.
I think he's going to point out the fact
Can't even look at
the problem in Asia is that they never know who's sick because you think it's one guy, and it turns out it was the other guy because they look exactly the same. So it's actually one guy who just went 60 times. There's no epidemic.
We put out a composite sketch of the carrier of the bird flu from China, and they've already arrested 1 billion people. We're questioning them. We brought in a witness to look at the lineup, and he's now taking a car down the lineup. He should be done in about 5 years.
Something like that.
I'm confident that we're working to identify the possible outbreak of avian flu,
confident they're working,
contain it to where the outbreak takes place, and strategize how to deal with the different.
What would take the lead in there? Would it be a military situation? Would it be homeland?
Send in the army.
He didn't answer. He goes, I'm confident we're working on... the guy asked, are you confident that we can handle this?
I'm confident that we're working on the ability to maybe handle something that happens eventually, maybe.
Well, then Matt Lauer asked about the military or something?
Yeah, would be a military involvement in it.
How to deal with the different.
What would take the lead in there? Would it be a military situation? Would it be homeland security?
It's a really interesting question.
That means I don't have a fucking clue. That absolutely means I don't have a fucking clue. Why else would you say that?
They don't have a plan.
That's an interesting question. Well, the military, how big are the birds? We got anti-aircraft.
Oh, my
We can start shooting the birds out of the sky.
We're all fucked. He's just hoping the bird flu doesn't hit on while he's in office.
I'm going to give that question off to Don Rumsfeld.
Oh, he's not here.
Oh, fuck. All right. How you doing, Matt?
He'll just think about how the last epidemic was handled. Well, we're going to close all the bathhouses and get little bird robes.
Well, let's see how he answers the question.
What would take the lead in there? Would it be a military situation? Would it be homeland security?
It's a really interesting question, and it's one that I raised that has created a little bit of consternation among some. I said that there may be a catastrophic event such that the federal government has got it's only the federal government's got the capacity to move in quickly with a lot of resources, which would require law changes. For example, the military cannot become police without special proclamation, and so we're planning all this out, right? And we're in the midst of one, identifying that there may be a problem, and two, what to do about it. And when I have a plan that I'm comfortable with, of course, I will talk to the American people about it.
I got no plan.
He
had no idea about that. Who steps in? Who steps in if this country has a horrid medical crisis like the bird flu? All of a sudden, hundreds of thousands of people are dying from this thing. Who steps in?
Well, Al-Qaeda is out there with the bird flu, and we got...
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. All the time that's been spent on one issue, regardless if you agree with it or not, the war, all the time that's been spent on this, nothing else has been getting done. Nothing.
Not even anything over there.
No, nothing. Nothing is getting done. So
right. That's an ongoing story, obviously. So Guys, you ready to see Stalker Patty?
Speaking of birds,
here's the setup.
The Patty flu.
Stalker Patty was on
You lose your tits.
The Maury Povich show yesterday.
You get little tiny chiclet teeth.
And I guess she was
hammer toes.
I guess she was part of a show.
Hairy nipples. No, we don't have a plan to deal with this. We'll shove it off to Maury Povich.
Maury took one of our ideas and did a show on old virgins, basically.
Yeah.
And Stalker Patty was on the show yesterday, and I guess they decided to give all these old virgins a makeover. A makeover.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Stalker Patty for the first time now.
Now, we all remember what Patty looked like before the makeover, don't we?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, let's put the picture
Wait.
of Patty up there before the makeover. There she is. Oh, Jesus. Oh, what a mess.
We'll have like a before and after on the websites.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just writing a note for everybody. Just want to drag everyone into my world today.
All right. Yeah. We all remember
right.
what Patty looked like before the makeover. Well, I think we're going to see an entirely new Patty. Let's bring out the new made-over sexy Patty. Patty, if you would come in here. Come on, here she comes. Yeah, ladies and
Wow.
That's terrific.
Where'd you get that? Out of the hamper?
Wow. Well, where do we begin?
You got a videotape from this angle, Danny, a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's cute when she laughs.
Well, there's always room for improvement.
Yes, there is, and there's still plenty. Wow, that's some... what is going on with the top of the... with the tit area of the dress? But then...
I didn't know you
like
could...
the bottom... Your tits are folded in half.
It's
How?
a bra. I don't wear them, so this is the first bra I've worn in like 25 years.
I didn't know you could, like, stuff fried eggs into a bra.
Like exactly what
I don't really have anything there to hold one up.
Her tits are folded in two.
They look like tumors with yarmulkes.
No.
Well, they pinned the bra together to make me look like I have a little cleavage, which I don't have any to begin with.
Yeah.
You can make cleavage.
They pinned your bra together or your nipples?
No, and then they had me wear these falsy things, too.
Falsies?
Yeah, I don't have those with me.
All right, stand up,
They
Patty,
took them back?
Yeah.
And pirouette.
All right, do a little pirouette for us. A pirouette, not a purette.
Ew.
Good.
Ew. They gave you one of those, like, ew.
What?
I don't know. It's the skirt that looks really...
It's flirty.
If a girl has really nice legs and a nice ass, like the back of the skirt goes up a little bit, so you almost feel like you could peek at some stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Patty... Turn around again.
Let's turn around.
Wait.
It's kind of
Wait,
cut up.
move back.
I can't really see it.
Move toward the door.
Move towards
Move to
Steve.
the door so we can see.
Keep going. Don't worry.
Oh,
there you
no,
go.
okay. No,
All right.
It was just that the skirt was all bunched
Now turn
up.
around. All right. Do we have paper towels or something? Stuff the front of that.
Yeah, we
Make boobs for her.
Yeah, we wanted to make
I
boobs
can't
for her.
even soak
the bra
this
is
in.
ridiculous.
Your tits are...
I am very small.
Yeah, but that's a
only an
lowercase
A.
A. You got to put
No.
that's awful.
That is the word. Just stuff the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, Betty Ford's got better tits than you.
Now you,
I can't help what
look-
I was
now you
born
look
with
like-
or what I wasn't
now
born
you look
with.
like one of those rare 9-year-olds that is blossoming.
She looks like
No,
Sam.
leave him in there. Leave him in there. Stuff more.
Yes.
Stuff more. Give yourself some tits. Go ahead.
Yeah,
No,
big
keep-
ones.
Keep
I don't-
going.
Stuff them
what,
higher.
Shall I get 3,200s or something?
3,200. Just keep stuffing. Go ahead.
Could you put it higher? You look like they're fucking like hip nodes.
Yeah. Oh. Patty, just make it so there's no more wrinkles in the the tit area of that dress.
Straighten it out.
Keep going.
Your boobs aren't that high.
I know they're not.
Patty, push.
Patty.
Make it work. You've done this before, right?
I'll put it inside the bra.
In the bra.
Exactly.
Put it in the bra.
Look how much tissue she's using.
She's stuffing on the outside of the bra?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't.
You are
well.
a mess.
I don't know.
So now, Patty, you did the Maury Povich show.
Yes.
Keep stuffing it.
What was the subject? Keep stuffing. What was the subject of the show?
Keep stuffing them.
Geeks and nerds.
Geeks and nerds, and of course you being a 50-year-old virgin.
I'm definitely a nerd.
A nerd.
A geek.
Did they talk about you being a 50-year-old virgin?
Yeah, they did mention that. She's even a 50-year-old virgin. Well, you'll see at the show when they air it. They didn't tell me an air date yet.
All right, and so you went on, and
I can't put any more in there.
You can so.
It's uncomfortable.
Come on, you've been stuffing for an hour and you still have A's.
It's not about your comfort.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about our joy.
Even stuffed.
Yeah, but anyway, you should have seen my before picture. You know, like you know how I wear my pants up a little high.
Yeah.
And all that. They're
They
be
really pulled them
lower.
up high.
Yeah, they did to exaggerate it.
Right.
But they're really going to be a lot lower from now on. I'm buying new jeans.
You're buying the jeans.
Yeah.
All right, walk us through the whole Maury Povich experience.
She's ready to start walking. Oh my gosh, she starts turning to walk.
Well, they treated me like a queen. They gave me a.
We treat you like a queen too.
Oh, I know. They gave me.
I wish I could come up with that queen that got her head chopped off. I had such a good history joke, and I just flopped.
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah,
they gave me new glasses, a manicure and pedicure. They had a limousine pick me up from where I work.
Wait.
Like
What did they have pick you up?
A limousine type town car.
Wait. Everyone's talking. Everyone's talking.
They picked you up in a town car?
What kind of car?
It was a beautiful, big, huge town car.
But what do they call that?
Well, a limousine type town car.
Oh, okay, yes, a limousine.
A limousine.
But anyway, well, it's a lot. It's no better than your yamas, Opie.
My what?
Your yamas.
What?
Yeah, you were talking about.
What does that mean?
Well, you were talking about the alpacas, and you said they look like yamas.
What?
So I mispronounce words too.
Wow, back at you.
But anyway, they picked me up.
What?
Yamas, you said.
It's llamas.
I know, but you said yamas.
No, he didn't.
But anyway, they picked me up, brought me to the studio.
A lemon
They treated me to lunch.
Oh, what'd you have?
Oh, I had a grilled cheese sandwich and some vegetables.
Way to go, Maury.
They really rolled out the red tampon.
Government cheese that they had laid around.
It was wonderful.
No, they have the standing account with a couple restaurants.
What kind of vegetables?
You know, like, I don't know.
A medley?
Something with peppers and stuff. You know,
Who did you eat with?
Oh, I ate with the other people that were also on the show.
On the show.
In our green room.
Did you meet anybody that seemed nice, that you've made a friendship with maybe? Did you trade phone numbers, things like that?
Well, I have, I'm going to get the email address of, Joyce copied down the email address of a couple that we were talking to and hanging
And what
with
was their deal?
Well, she was trying to get him made up because he was like a computer geek and all that. He actually even belongs to a website called Geek.com where they sell things that geeks and and all that. So she wanted to do him over.
Let me see Geek.com.
Another one, her daughter brought her in. She's a 55-year-old librarian. She dressed like she was 90 years old. So she was like, "You got to do something, Mom." So the daughter dragged her there and all. Another one, her boyfriend dragged them in because he was tired of her looking like a nerd.
Right, so you sat and had lunch with all these people?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And then we got the makeovers. I went to the eyeglass place. They fit me with the glasses. I went to the nail place. We did the
Are those the
pedicure
new
and pedicure.
glasses?
Yes, they are.
They look exactly like the old glasses.
No, they don't. They're smaller. They don't have a frame.
Can I tell you right now, you should be wearing a New York shirt and signing Mark David Chapman's book.
Oh, stop. You're funny, aren't you?
Oh, all right, look.
Is that from the Little House on the Prairie teacher collection? Those are the worst glasses. They're like granny glasses.
I'm going to be honest. I think those glasses are better.
I wouldn't notice the difference.
I
don't. Contacts.
I noticed the glasses. I think they're a little better.
Can we see you without glasses for a second? I just want to see what you look like with contacts.
I don't want to.
Ah! Oh, wow. How about some laser surgery?
Jesus.
On your neck with a lightsaber.
But anyway, they put me up in the hotel overnight.
What hotel did you get to stay at?
81st Street in Columbus, the Excelsior.
The Excelsior?
Yeah.
Was it nice?
It was an okay hotel.
Oh, boy.
They had Showtime, which I liked.
Well, that's a big selling point in New York City for a 5-star
yeah, they're
hotel.
talking about
Showtime.
nerds. You want to see you want to hear the program
You should
that
have got
I
the suite.
ended
They would
with?
have ESPN too.
Punch it up there, Hawk. Let's see how many stars the Excelsior gets. Now, what were you saying there, Patty?
I ended up watching the life story of Albert Einstein before I went to sleep. Because stuff like that interests me.
Of course it does. Holy shit. So you go now you had to go out before your makeover, obviously. Maury calls you out.
Yes.
And
I had to do the robot dance, in my nerd clothes.
Holy shit, you're kidding.
Maury
yeah,
rocks.
I didn't know.
This is why we love Maury.
Patty, please do the robot dance for us.
Are we filming this? All right.
What kind of music was it?
Holy crap.
Wow. I am beside myself.
That's not how the robot dance
Well, I
goes.
don't know. You're supposed to look stiff and everything, and everyone
You
was
look like you have
enjoying
cerebral
it.
palsy.
Everyone was enjoying it. So the audience started to hoot and howl when you came out?
Yeah, they were clapping and all because I went into the dance and everything.
The
and then,
robot.
Yeah, so then we went back. It took about 2.5 hours. They cut my hair a little bit. They said if I want it long, I got to cut it every 6 weeks or it's going to be scraggly. They said the ends were dead, so they had to cut it. And then they curled it a little bit. They said I had to use a round brush, gave me little tips with the blow dryer.
Didn't give you brushes, though. Gave you tips, though.
Yeah.
You got to buy that shit yourself. And then they highlighted your hair, I see?
Yes, they did. They put in some subtle highlights, which blends right in with my hair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then they spent like an hour and a half with the hair because I had to put the stuff in my hair and then wait half an hour and this and that, And then they did my makeup and everything, which I tried to copy this morning, Yeah, I have my own little makeup kit home.
You do, a makeup kit.
Yeah.
You got that. And what do you put on? Some mascara?
Yeah.
And some rouge?
Yeah.
And some lipstick?
Yeah, and go with some pinks for the eyeshadow instead of the usual blues.
Mm-hmm. Do you have lipstick on?
A little bit.
Cool. How are your lips chapped with lipstick?
Because it's cold. It's starting to get cold.
Because it's cold?
Sensitive. I have to use a moisturizer, they said.
That's right. Yeah.
What, your lips?
That's great.
Yeah.
Anthony, on the instant feedback that's now up and running again.
Yep.
From the Punisher, location, Patty's ass. Ope, you lying shit. You are on Bombs and Flub saying llama like it was Spanish.
Oh, really?
So I apologize. I did not know I said llama instead of llama.
I still don't believe it.
Sure you did. You laughed after you said it.
I sort of remember now that he's calling me out on it. So.
I don't buy it.
All right.
Well, that's fantastic.
What, did Maury talk to you? What did he say to you? When is this show
It was
airing?
like
Did they show videotape of you?
Yes, they did. Oh, you got to see the whole show. They shot me doing an interview with the producer. I was talking about how I enjoyed, instead of going out on a Saturday night, I'd rather stay home and watch TV and do crossword puzzles and things.
That's what you like doing.
Which I do anyway. I stay home and I do crossword puzzles and things.
That's what you do. And then, so Maury calls you out. You're all made over.
Yep.
Now you come out as the new Patty.
Yeah.
How did he introduce you? Did he say, the new Patty or the new made over?
He gave you some plugs. He says, okay, you've heard of the Opie and Anthony show. Well, we have Stalker Patty on the set or something like that. He says, Patty, will you come out? Because there's my before picture and everything. And there's Joyce looking at my before picture. Now, she doesn't know anything of what I'm going to look like because they keep them
what a
secluded.
surprise.
Well,
yes.
Wait, Joyce was on the stage with you?
Yeah. She was the one that was supporting me, like the others that supported
Right,
me.
you need the friend that's there so they can be
exactly.
shocked by the transformation,
Yeah,
the
and she
stunning
didn't see
transformation.
anything they were doing to me in the meantime. They keep them in an area by themselves.
Secluded, right?
So they don't come into any contact with the person
to
or
see
loved
such a stark change like the before and after of
It's
you.
like night and dusk.
Yeah. But anyway, You're going to love the show. It is, like, hilarious.
So now Maury calls you out, and they must have played some upbeat music, right?
Yes, they did, and it was like, whoa, look at that. And then I was instructed by one of the producers, go up and give him a big hug. So I did.
So you gave Maury a big hug.
Yes, I did.
And now what did Maury say to you after he punched you in the face and said, don't touch me again?
He says, oh, okay, whatever. Something I don't remember exactly.
Did you hob his knob?
No.
And how was the audience reaction to the new Patty?
Yeah, they were like yelling and screaming. The room came down.
Oh, unfortunately, it didn't really.
The room came down.
The room came down.
I meant the roof came down because the noise was so loud.
No, you brought down the house, I think, is it?
And then they hollered even more. And everybody in the audience got a free XM radio, so they were bringing out baskets of the roadies.
Oh, everyone in the audience got a free XM radio.
Nice. Yeah, they got a roadie.
Well, that's just like Oprah.
They didn't quite have enough to go around, so the last 10 or so had to take addresses and names, and they're going to get mailed their radios.
Maybe Voss should have went to that studio audience. He could have finally gotten his. That horse's
I have one, please, Maury?
I'm surprised he doesn't have
Talking horses on the next Maury. How'd you like to do my show, Rich?
They show video of you in our studio?
Well, not that I saw there that they filmed. They filmed me in being interviewed, and they, waving a lot and stuff, They had me do filming, for the website, there. The producer loved me. But when the show airs, I don't know when it's going to air. They're going to call me up and tell me.
Going to call you.
Yeah, so they'll probably call you, too.
Well, Maury's going to be in the day before your show airs with you.
Oh, okay.
That could be, who knows, maybe next week or November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll make it into
lines
sweeps.
Flying around today. All right, anything else about your experience there, Stalker Patty?
No, it was the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Wow, even more fun than Colin's show when you did Tough Crowd?
Well, that was fun, too. That was hilarious.
What about the time we shake your head? That was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Not real.
No. Oofa.
All right.
You are a mess.
Well, congratulations, Patty. Sounds like you had a good time at Maury Povich.
I had a great time. And thank you for putting me in contact with them. I really appreciate it.
Any potential dates?
Well, let's see what the future holds, but I'm more open to going out and hanging out with more people.
Hopefully you and a cop with a piece of chalk outlining your body.
You know what? Maybe the next time I take a bus ride down with a couple dollars to Atlantic City, I'll hang out at the bar and see if I meet anybody.
Dress like that? You're going to dress like that in a nice dress and sit at the bar in Atlantic City?
Maybe not a dress. I might buy a sexy outfit,
Well, what would you call that? Isn't that considered a sexy?
Plus one. It is, but, it depends on what the weather is. If it's cold, I get chilly. I have to, but I'll wear something really sexy.
Like what?
You can wear sexy jeans,
Sexy jeans.
Yeah,
like tights so your ass shows? And maybe a belly shirt?
Make them a little lower,
Oh.
I just have to have a better choice in clothes. That's all.
Yeah, is that what they told you?
Well, no, but it's what I feel now, that I really got to change the way I dress.
Get a skirts are nice, Patty. A short skirt or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you notice Patty never looks at me? She really hates me.
Yeah.
I don't. I love you, Jimmy.
Okay.
Give Jimmy a hug.
A hug would be nice.
Of course.
There you go. Oh, grabbing that ass. That's
Jimmy,
so nice.
Jimmy grabbed her ass, man. Oh, God.
Well, Patty, you look all right.
You look nice.
Oh.
You look all right in the end there.
All right.
I can't help looking at these books.
Look at her. She wants a book. That's her way of going, could I have a book? Patty, would you like one of those everything about sex is wrong books?
I would like to borrow it. I'll be happy to return it.
You don't have to return it at all.
Hold on. You get to borrow it as long as you read a passage from the book. Hawk, find a good passage for Patty to read.
As I'm sitting naked
new Patty
on the
song.
What? B.O.?
What?
Is it B.O., Jim?
Lilia.
Oh, Patty.
Patty, Jimmy's saying you have B.O.
Patty, do you stink a little today?
Get intern Bill.
I do not.
Bring in Bill.
Bill Sniffer.
I took a shower last night.
Yeah.
We want to know if Patty has BO.
She has body odor?
You're going to have to sniff her a little on her
hold
on underarm.
Stalker Patty, lift your arm up.
I might be a little nervous. I don't know.
Smells like the VX agent from the movie The Rock when he smashes in there. It's disgusting.
How do you get a smell reference from a movie? That's what I was smelling.
Like
you got a brain tumor? I'm smelling almonds.
Like green
oranges.
mist.
People who shine can notice.
Wait, what is it?
I don't know.
It's a terrible green. I can't. It's
Green.
like burning. Like,
something burning.
Wait, get another sniff because you're a little confused.
I think
you're just having a stroke.
Is it bad?
Oh, it's terrible.
Is it really bad?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Patty,
sorry.
did you use deodorant?
Yes, I did. I did
What do you
last
use?
Night.
Last night. What type of deodorant do you use?
Right guard.
And you used it last
After my shower, I always do. It could have been that I...
Right guard.
Well, it could have been that maybe I was a little hot or something.
Right guard
and...
stock plummeting.
Exactly. You were hot. Where did you sleep last night, Venus?
No, could have been I'm just a little, hot.
Why don't
in
you
my
use like
coat or
Secret, strong enough for a man but made for a woman? Right
Right.
guard is like that's what's in every guy's locker at the gym.
Really?
Right guard.
Well, it was the least expensive.
How about something more feminine like Bruce?
Old
Actually,
Spice.
when I can afford it, I prefer Tom's.
Tom's?
Because it's all natural.
Bill, you want to smell her snatch?
Check.
Old hippie.
No.
You gotta check the other side, though. It might just be the
No.
one
I
side.
don't want to.
No, the armpit. No.
Yeah.
It might just be the one side, Bill. It might be the other side.
Yeah,
might be
try
fine.
the other side, Bill.
No, you
Just
know what
one
it is?
more.
I
One
think
more.
it's-
One more.
Lift the arm. I'm sure it's fine, Patty. I'm sure it's fine.
Lift
No,
that
it's
up.
not.
Maybe she didn't have her
Not bad.
glasses on and she picked up a wedge of cheddar
Oh,
cheese instead of
please.
the
Oh,
right guard.
Oh. You think that she did that instead of a roll-on? Do you use a roll-on or a spray?
I use a roll-on.
Maybe you rolled
Nope.
on some Gouda.
You know what?
No?
Yesterday, my dad died a year ago yesterday, and this is worse. A worse day in October than that. Thank you.
Sorry,
Jeez,
that
dude.
normally happens to
Sorry
me.
to hear that, by the way. That's an awful thing to have happen.
God, wow. Who saw that coming?
Well,
Wow.
All right, I'm sorry to hear that, Bill.
that's okay. No
Oh
problem.
my God, I'm embarrassed.
Well, who else wants to smell Patty?
No.
No, it's not.
Where's
that.
Sam? Where's Sam?
Oh please.
Where's
Patty,
Sam?
No.
Patty, you got the nice dress and the nice makeover happening. What? You got to take care of the underarms.
Yeah. Just use something like maybe some, Raid or just something like.
Do you scrub the bush?
What?
You keep it nice and clean down there, just in
Wake
case?
me up when Patty takes a bath.
Well, I take a shower.
But you didn't shower today, right?
Yes, I shower
Oh.
at night. I showered before I went
shower.
to
That
bed.
voice.
It goes right through you, doesn't
Patty, you got to work on your voice.
It's just this whining, screaming thing that's not even human sometimes.
What? Is there anything that can be done for that? Has there ever been a voice makeover? Maybe Poe could punch her in the throat.
Babe Ruth had one.
Yeah. Jack Klugman.
Yeah, he had one in the worst way.
All right, in studio, I am Sam. Our old intern.
I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Opie.
How's Syracuse?
It's good.
Is it true you're working for Scorch?
Yeah, I'm interning with Scorch.
with Scorch in the Kingdom of Nakedness.
Are you in the Kingdom of Nakedness with him?
It's the Naked Militia now.
Hey, Naked Militia.
It's always something naked with
No,
Scorch.
we knew that. I forgot.
We love the Scorch.
It's the Naked Militia. Do you have to get
Naked
naked?
Militia.
No, it's not required. I think it's because it's theater of the mind.
Ah.
It's
So,
the Naked Militia.
What does the Naked Militia do?
I don't know. I've heard of. He uses the name, but he never really explains exactly why it is that it's the Naked Militia.
Yeah, that's Scorch.
He thinks it's the most brilliant idea ever, by the way.
Naked Militia.
Naked Militia.
He describes the fans as militia members, and he's got his website where you can sign up to be in the Naked
You
Militia.
want to be in the Naked Militia? Sign up at the website. I'm
I've
Scorch.
never actually seen any.
Do you guys
nudity.
at least make believe you're naked while the show's going on?
No, we never make any reference to it except when he says.
Does he call you Naked Sam?
He just calls me Sam, intern Sam.
Intern Sam, intern Naked Sam,
Yeah,
Naked
but-
Militia.
Yeah.
How bad do you miss us, Sam?
I miss you guys.
I can imagine. Is he doing any good bits up there, our old pal Scorch?
Actually, I was when
That's a no, by the way.
Is he doing douche or dressing? Does he do douche or
listening-
dressing?
I was listening to the show yesterday, your show, and you guys were doing the G-Rock thing with the Brain Cell, That was one of their bits that they did at 6:50 or whatever. And at about 6:45 every morning, Scorch does the brain cell stimulator.
Does brain cell stimulator? What is brain
It's
cell stimulator?
It's a question, and what happens is it's a trivia question. And it may be an innuendo. For instance, I think today's that they had lined up was in their average lifespan, a woman eats 4 to 9 pounds of this, and then the listeners call up and they guess.
And of course they guess splooge, right?
Of course, and then at 7:20 he comes back.
Hey, we're back, and says it's salad dressing.
It was lipstick.
It
was
lipstick.
Hey, we'll be back with more of the Kingdom of Nakedness in the Militia.
Okay, terrific.
Naked Militia.
Wow, that's terrific.
To his credit, though, compared to the rest of Syracuse radio, Scorch is probably
Scorch is tearing it up.
The best thing on Syracuse radio.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you smell Stalker Patty's arm?
Yeah, we need a second opinion.
All right.
Could.
All right, Patty, lift that arm up.
Don't be shy. I'm
Patty,
sure
lift the arm up.
Yeah. You put deodorant on last night?
Yeah.
You should do it in the morning.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should probably do it.
You should be
in
doing
the,
that a couple times
in the
a day.
morning.
That's all. It would
You know
take
what
care
it
of
is?
that.
I came in the rain and everything. I had to change my clothes.
My
clothes.
What is she trying to fancy up that awful voice with saying?
Are you trying to be Madonna?
Clothes. I fancied up my clothes.
Maybe it could have been that I perspired a little
Would
bit.
you get dressed on a treadmill? Stinky mess.
Did you carry a goat under each arm?
No, because I don't normally have that. I forgot to wear my cologne today. You know, my spotty spray.
What?
My body spray. I have
spotty
it from Avon. I didn't put it on today.
I thought you had on a body spray.
What's the body spray?
Well, I got a spice berry. I got a sweet honesty, which is my favorite. I didn't put any of that on. I should have, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Could you please not
Usually
scratch
I do.
your back anymore?
No, I'm just nervous.
Yeah, I bet you are.
All right.
Perspiring.
You only did the left one. The right one wasn't bad, I don't think.
Are you sure?
Yeah, try the right one there.
Check.
You know, it could
Sam.
have been that I was sweating.
Yeah, you could have been sweating a little. Lift that arm up.
Don't be shy. Lift it up.
Lift it up.
Sorry,
It's
Sue.
I think it's both actually. It is.
It is
It's
both arms.
It's both arms.
Well, we got good news for Patty on the phone. Is Scott from Wisconsin? Scott.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Patty.
What?
If I come to New York, would you let me eat your ass? Because you are just totally arousing me. I want to eat your ass.
Wow, would you let this guy eat your ass, Patty?
I don't.
He's
I
from
don't think
Wisconsin.
so.
That is the cheese state. They do. They have no problem with odors.
No.
Come on.
Imagine what her ass crack smells like if her armpits are bad.
It's probably not like. It's probably just like a sweaty odor. Because I don't think Patty's dirty. I just think that she got a little nervous.
Yeah.
And maybe she was.
I want Jimmy to watch too when I eat her ass.
I would. I'd watch
Patty,
her cheer you on.
Patty, you would still be a virgin if this guy ate your ass.
That's right.
I've never
A lot
had.
of a lot of high school girls start with the
you'd be
with getting their ass eaten.
Squirming,
giggling,
you'd be squirming and all excited. Oh.
And it's not my thing. I'm not.
Oh, eat my ass.
I never heard of that.
Never heard of it?
No.
Oh, it exists.
Hey,
how could you not hear it?
We got a big star on the line here. We should get to here. Andy.
Yeah.
Andy
man.
Milonakis.
What up?
How you doing?
Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, Milonakis.
Milonakis. I got peas on my head, but don't call me pea head.
Word up.
I was watching his show. Man, people either love you or fucking want to kill you.
I know.
We're talking about your MTV show, of course, Sundays at 10:30.
Word up.
I turned it on for the first time I watched it. I turned it on, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck is this? Like, what is this?" And I was so annoyed with it, and then I just start laughing at you, and by the end of the show, I was a fan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time you see the show, you're like, "What is this crap?
What is this idiot doing?"
But thank God MTV, runs their stuff about 100 times.
Yeah.
That you get a chance to actually see what it's all about. And then
I was
you
like
get hooked.
laughing, and then I was pissed at myself for laughing, and then I was just, I figured, fuck it. I just started laughing. It's really funny. You're out of your mind.
You want to explain the show to people that might not have seen it yet?
First, am I allowed to take a friend Drescher's retarded cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk to her?
No, not really.
She's annoying.
It's basically just a retarded show where I act like a retard for 22 minutes. You know, I started by doing these internet website videos because I was bored out of my mind with my regular computer job and shit. So I just started making these weird videos, and eventually it led to getting my own show. And so it's just like weird sketch comedy things with inanimate objects and like
he'll do
random
annoying
people
things
from around the neighborhood, like real people we find in the neighborhood, and you know, we come up with like little bits to do on the street.
He'll fuck with old people on the street, and you know.
Just going up to old people and be like, "Hey, I bet I could beat you in a race, bitch," and then running away.
And then he runs away, and the old person just left there bewildered.
Yeah, they usually don't know what's happening, and then we give them the release to sign, and they're just like, "What am I signing exactly?" And we're like, "Oh no, it's okay. You have to do this. It's the law."
You have to. Old people
sign this. It prevents cancer.
Old people are so easy to bamboozle, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
That's why they give their fortunes away to like Nigerian people.
How great is it when one of those fucking curmudgeons is bilked out of everything?
I love reading that.
And
I lost my fortune. Shut up, Burden.
And the beauty of the show, of course, is that you look like you're very young.
Yeah, I look like I'm 4.
Yeah, what is that?
You look like you're what? Like, call it 14, maybe?
Probably
at
about
the
that.
oldest. He looks about maybe 12 or 13.
12 or 13.
And how old are you, actually?
I'm actually 16.
Yeah, sure.
That's the big secret. People are wondering if he's really only 15 or 16, or if he's pushing 30. Wink, wink, nudge.
Wink.
I know. I looked at the Internet Movie Database and I was like, "Whoa, really?"
But that's the beauty of the show. They really think he's like kind of a little kid. I was reading an article on you, and you were, I think it was in L.A., Santa Monica, I think, and you were walking, holding some grown man's hand.
Oh yeah, some Rolling Stone article. Yeah, you know, we did this article, and I don't know. I was just acting like a little bit of a retard, as I do so often, you know.
Yeah, there he is. So is your birthday January 30th?
It is.
On the year of our bicentennial as a country?
What's that?
76?
No.
You weren't born in 76?
Hell no.
That would make you, what, 31 or 30 to 34?
29.
34? I don't know.
That would make me 42.
No, wait a minute. 76, 86, 96, 2006.
Oh, my God, and
20,
-1.
Don't question my math.
Maybe 30,
You know how you know?
You guys are getting me so erect right now.
So you're not 29 then? Okay.
No.
Right.
I might be not. I might be 15.
Yeah. What do you got? That goddamn Webster disease?
What's the Webster disease?
I don't know. His kidneys are all fucked. He was black.
No, my kidneys are good. Actually, I don't know how my kidneys are going to feel now.
You have that disease where security guards follow him in stores.
I just downed some NyQuil, and I got a toothache, and I'm watching Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and the plasma speakers are broken, so I got reggae on in the background. A little freaking out.
Andy, I haven't seen the show, but a friend of mine is like a really big fan. And do you feel like I know you started doing like these crazy videos, and all of a sudden things take off. Do you all of a sudden feel like a pressure? Because like if you're gonna have something like that's originally thought out to be one way, but then like once corporate America kind of says, well, you know, this is it.
No, because I mean MTV. I mean maybe they do it with some shows, but like since it's my show and they wanted to do a show like based on my stuff, they're really like creatively they let me do a lot of the stuff I want to do. Once in a while they're like, all right, this is too weird, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's one bit where I just had lipstick rubbed all over my face, and I just keep saying, I'm dead to the world, dead to the world. And then it cuts to me looking like I'm swimming on my bed, and me singing in a voiceover, baby, you're beautiful, baby, you're fine, baby, you're beautiful, yeah.
You want to choke him when he's doing things like
Can
this.
I point out how happy I am that your show is going and Rich Voss's did not get picked up?
What are some of the other things that you've done on the show there, Andy?
Well, I had Little John spit Fruity Pebbles in my face. I was going to have him spit them in my mouth like a mother bird regurgitating to a baby bird, but he didn't want to do that.
Do you blame him?
I guess that crossed the line of gayness. I don't blame him at all, and I was actually a little relieved that he didn't.
This guy's writing in on instant feedback, says, my 4-year-old daughter loves Andy, probably because she has the attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably has the personality of a goldfish, too.
It moves pretty quick, your show. from one thing to another.
How many sketches per show?
There's probably about 25, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you tape that on, like camcorder?
Yeah, we tape it on like a DV camera.
Yeah, it's pretty like low budget.
Yeah.
That's probably why MTV likes it too. But what does an episode cost you?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely considered low budget for TV, but it's more than people expect. I think it's like a couple $100,000.
Right.
No way. Per episode?
Yeah.
Stop it. It is not.
I swear.
I'm saying no way, Jose.
Dude, we have tons and tons of people getting release forms. The line producers. They have
those are interns.
You know, listen, no, they get paid. And also, if we have like a 10-second snippet that has like a Snoop Dogg song, we pay like $30,000-$40,000 just for the song.
Just for the song? And you're probably pulling down a nice chunk of change, right?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I guess for MTV standards, I'm getting paid pretty well. I mean, I'm not making fucking Friends money or anything, but, you know, I'm making more
Fills
than
up the little piggy bank.
Job.
Yeah, and you're in the new movie Waiting, right?
Yeah. Just came out on Friday.
Yeah.
Who's in that?
Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, Anna Faris, Luis Guzman. Did you guys see it yet? No?
Luis Guzman I happen to like. He was in Q&A as well as Boogie Nights.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's in like everything.
It's like a really vulgar comedy about waiters working in like a shitty chain restaurant, and they're just like unhappy with their life, and they take it out on the customers, and they have this whole penis showing game where when they get you to show they show their penis in different positions, and if the other cooks look at it, they kick them in the ass.
Yeah, Dane's in that too, right?
Yeah, Dane Cook is really funny in it.
What's Dane play?
He plays one of the cooks.
Is it getting good reviews?
Not really. I mean,
that's
the first person that's ever said that when we asked him about a movie they're in.
Good for him.
Well, you know, I don't fucking sugarcoat shit. Fuck it.
Were you bummed when the reviews came out and they were bad?
Not at all. I mean, it's a comedy based on like really vulgar shit about showing your dick to other waiters and stuff. I think it's genuinely a funny movie, and like when we see it in front of a crowd of people, they all laugh. I don't care what some like 50-year-old balding child molester critic has to say. You know what I mean? Fuck that.
Hey, I like the honesty.
Yep. Problem with 50-year-old balding child molesters, sir?
Yeah. What are they supposed to do? I think they're hot, but you know. No, but seriously, I mean that's a movie that critics are bound to hate. So I don't know. I mean, if it was like a drama or something like Goodfellas and critics bash it, then maybe kind of like it holds a little more weight. But for like really vulgar comedies, you know, I say fuck critics. They usually bash them anyway.
You know what? Now I'm gonna go see the movie. I wasn't gonna see it, but now after that, I think I gotta go.
It's no Bad Boy Bubby, but
yeah, you ever see Bad Boy Bubby?
No.
Oh, you gotta get that.
Write it down. Bad Boy Bubby.
Guy's fucking his mother and everything. It's classic.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like Gummo?
This movie's gonna.
I saw Gummo. That was good.
This movie's gonna sweep America.
Yeah. I like the fact that in Gummo, everybody always mentions that they pay to have sex with this guy's retarded sister, but they always fail to mention that the money they make to get to pay this kid to have sex with his retarded sister is by killing cats, drowning cats, and selling them to a Chinese restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to check that out.
Do you read websites about yourself?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, you do? They just bash you really bad?
No, I mean, like you guys said, I mean, it's either like, I love this guy or I fucking hate this guy.
Oh, I know. We know about the love. We get that, too. But do you read the hate thing? Do you take it to heart? Does it piss you off sometimes? Or?
No, I mean, usually it makes me laugh. I mean, the first website I ever did was one where I didn't even have video. I just pretended to be a child actor who couldn't afford headshots, so I had different poses and stuff. And, like, so many people bought it. And, like, I'm just sitting there reading guest book entries, laughing my ass off that these people are so retarded that they believe it. Because I wrote it like I was a retarded 10-year-old, like misspelled everything, grammar horrible.
Right.
And like all these people writing like, you're never going to go anywhere, son. You're never going to be an actor. You're the only commercial I want to see you in is one where you have a concrete block chained to your neck in a swimming pool.
All right, listen, we have 15 seconds left in the show. Andy, thank you so much.
No problem.
It's Sundays at 10:30 on MTV, the Andy Milonakis show, right?
Season 2 is coming soon. Yeah, I'm writing it right now.
And the new movie, Waiting.
Good luck, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Andy. Stalker Patty, thank you. We'll talk to you further about Maury.
Program complete.